Mm-hmm. Oh, need some theme music to go with this one. Hang on. I don't want to rob you. Let me go. She wants to do some theme music.
Power on.
Need a beer.
Bluetooth connected.
All right, y'all. So what's up? It's BMT coming at y'all. I know it's early. I had a lot going on to my mind, and then actually I had a lot going through my mind, and let me talk it to the mic where I'm rude. There's some stuff that we can talk about. Grab a beer, grab your smoke. You know, you're gonna probably need it for this one. Let's get some music. I need some music. Do apologize for that. I was gonna do it without music, but I just don't know now. I need a drink. The song is by Walt Barr, Free Spirit. Mm. All right. All right, guys. So I definitely wanted to do this content on this one. This is going to be a pretty good one. It's not really looking for people to actually be in for the chat for this one. But I definitely just wanted to just burn some time. I was sitting around and I was watching some interesting videos that came through, right? And this one was very interesting because I always hear a lot of people talking about game advice, high value, IG models, and Endgame and all those lessons and stuff. And plus, people like TikTok. So I said, why don't I just do it all together? So what happened was that's why I named this one High Value Game Coach versus IG Model. And pretty much what we're going to get to view and review that of a video of a guy who's calling out that of a woman who is out and about, um, he feels a certain type of way. So we're going to look at it. I'm going to give our opinion. I don't know, man. I think a lot of people that get online, they say one thing, but their maneuverability is definitely different. They just put out a certain type of agenda of an era of, hey, I did this, I put in this equation, and I got these results. And it is what it is. So, oh man, what am I doing? If you're coming on in, please like, share, subscribe. That's fine. Children in his basement. So let me go ahead and do that one for y'all. So it is pretty cringy. But I definitely had a good laugh watching this. Um, mm, all right, so I definitely want to do this one. So I definitely put it out there. Y'all tell me what y'all think. Enjoy the video, and let's get into it. Let's get at it.
Let me explain to y'all. Let me explain to y'all the story. I flew this way from Indiana. You know what I'm saying? Been talking to her on Instagram for months. You feel me? I done spent damn near 5 G's on this. She talking about she don't want nobody touching her. Man, you got me up. You mean when you can leave? First of all, hold on. I man. First she talking about she don't even fly Spirit, right? Talking about she don't fly Spirit. No. Like she like okay, so I get her so I get her Delta. That's damn near 600-700 last minute, right? Okay. So plus her bags, check-in, all that shit. We go get her the Uber, all that shit. Then I'm damn near at 2 G's already. So we get here. First night I'm being a whole gentleman. I've been a whole gentleman. Have you not? Have I not been a gentleman to you though? Have I not done anything? But you should have knew what it was if I flew you out here though. I don't want. Why come out here then? What do you mean? So y'all, this is the Instagram model. You know what? I ain't gonna even be no petty ass. Put your name on there like that. Because you're recording me. Okay, so why the would you come halfway across the country knowing you didn't want to on that? You though. I ain't say you did. You know what it was though. You know what it was. You want to spend money. I spent 5 G's on you. What are you talking about? That's what you 5 G's. What you talking about? So look, she did. Hold on, let me talk. Shut up. Then we about to go eat, right? So Shorty told me she hungry. So Shorty, call him. Pack all this shit. I'll help you leave. Pack all this bunk up. Pack all this shit. Pack all that shit up. It's not even about the. It's not even about. It's really about the money because it ain't about nothing. You feel me? It ain't about nothing. So listen, we get off the fight. Let me tell the story. We get off the fight. Okay. Somebody, we went back to the room. Well, she like, I'm hungry. I'm all right. Well, let's go to a little restaurant or something. I'm trying to get her something to eat. She like, oh, no, I only eat the best. I want some crab legs. That's another. So we go to the restaurant. I spent damn near ordering steak, motherfucking crab legs. I'm buying all that shit, though, being a pure gentleman. You know what I'm saying? Being a real. So I spent damn near 5 G's on this already. Who you can leave. Yes, you can go. Yes, I'll help you. Pack this shit up. You can get the all out. Get all your shit. Pack all it. It's already packed. Yes. Tell them how much money I spent though. Tell them how much money I spent. I can get some. It ain't enough for me to call. I got another coming through. So you can leave. You can get the out. Get your shit. Get your shit. Been here 2 days. 2 days talking about, oh, I don't want nobody touching me. Ain't on her period. None of that. Put your shoes on. I ain't on her period, nothing. What you do? You gonna whip me? She gonna beat me up? Please, come on now. Get your goofy ass out of here. You got me all the way up. All right. Like, you better chill. Like, you know, I don't really get on your ass for that. Can you get the out? Can you get the out? I can get my way any day, baby. That money nothing, baby. I hope that 5G's was worth it. Lame, man. You look y'all put your Instagram on here, y'all. If we keep talking, I'm gonna tell everybody what your Instagram is. Yes, please leave. Get the out. Bye. Why are you recording me? Bye. Get back home. Catch your ass over. Where you going? You don't even know where you went. Don't worry about where I'm going. Bye. Don't worry about where I'm going. Okay, bye. Get your bum ass out of here. Let me explain to y'all. Let me explain.
Okay. 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 So, all right. It was a lot to take in. It was. It was. But I definitely let the hair down for this one, man, because got a lot of people, you know, they talking about how they players, how they got money, how it ain't nothing to them to get it like that and everything, and how they can get it in the mud and they be making bread and that they out there and they got this game and they flying and going on nice lavish trips and stuff. Cool. How they be talking about get a young chick. Now, I'm gonna tell you, man, a lot of this stuff is by choice. A lot of these people doing this stuff by choice. Don't believe the hype that you're hearing on social media, that you're hearing via people jumping on panels and stuff. I tell you, people be telling half truth. They don't tell the full on truth. So we're gonna play the audio, and then we're gonna as we play the audio. So let's get at this. He said, "Oh my, Mama Shawty got me effed all the way up. This is going to be rough, but I'm going to decipher everything that is happening. What's going on? What's going morning a bit time. We're going to play this one. This guy says, Shawty got me effed all the way up. Excuse me. Let's go ahead and play, and we're gonna go through everything.
Let me explain to y'all. Let me explain to y'all the story. I flew this way from Indiana. You know what I'm saying? Been talking to her on Instagram for months. You feel me? I done spent damn near 5 G's on this. She talking about she don't want nobody touch.
Okay, so the guy said he flew this girl all the way from Indiana. He been talking to her for months. He damn well done spent 5 G's. Now, this is a grown man. When I tell y'all gotta stop believing a lot of these dudes that said that these hoes are desperate. It's gonna be wintertime, that they're out here starving, that they're hoes and stuff. But however, this man was happily spending money. Now, understand this. People, if they know that they can get an easy lick or easy come up, they're going to do it. Let me know if my audio is coming in good. But this guy is saying she's talking about she don't want nobody to touch her. Now, again, you were knowingly already paying her $5,000, or that's what you said so far. You've been dropping out that type of money. Granted, he said he flew her from Indiana on out there. Okay, so that was something you did, sir. All right, all right.
Man, you got me up. You mean well you can leave? First of all, hold on. I'm man. First she told me she don't even fly Spirit, right? Talking about she don't fly Spirit. Like she okay, so I get her up and so I get her up Delta.
So this guy is saying now that hey, you can leave. Okay, you're telling her that she can leave. You spent $5,000. You telling her how she told you that she doesn't fly a certain type of plane or anything like that. A lot of men are tricking undercover and don't want to admit it that they will go broke regardless if they think that it will get them towards the kitty cat. And this is why a lot of these conversations of these people talking about that hey that these women are desperate, that they're going to do whatever it takes. Um we're seeing how the game is definitely unfolding for a lot of these guys and a lot of these gals. The IG girl, which he said he been talking to her for months, spent over $5,000. She wanted a higher class of a plane ticket. He paid for it. He paid for it. Yeah, I told y'all this. Y'all only hearing about these things. Men have been flying women out for years. They're going to always do that. Men are always going to pay money for women. I don't care how much these guys talk this shit online. Men by choice are going to. There's nothing you can do to shame these men out of knowing and willfully giving women money. They're going to always do that.
That's damn near 600-700 last minute, right? Okay. So plus her bags, check-in, all that.
So he paid for her bags, her check-in, like on the last minute. She was telling him that's what she wants. Again, it ain't tricking if you got it, tricking if you got it. This guy's high value. He done spend $5,000 plus another $600 to $700. That's what getting flew out. How definitely ain't new. Yeah, like women been doing that for y'all. Like a lot of these dudes said that this is part of the game that they don't like to admit to. This is part of the game a lot of them do not like to admit to. Now, mind you, he mad, but you've been giving her money all this time without any type of sexual gratification. Why now? Why get mad now? Exactly. I agree. Getting flued out definitely ain't new. Men will do this. I don't give a damn how much these men talk this shit online. Men will always do this shit, man. They talk about it in songs, music, videos, TikTok, whatever stuff. The dudes were gonna do. Y'all can try to shame these dudes. You can't shame the men that are gonna say, "Well, I make more money than you. I can do what you just can't do."
That shit, we go get her the Uber, all that shit. Then I'm getting there at 2 G's already. So we get here. First night, I'm being a whole gentleman. I've been a whole gentleman.
Now, sir said he's being a whole gentleman. Now, here's the thing about it. She's not telling how much money he's been dropping. He is. He's saying that he already gave her 5,000. Okay. Now he giving her. Let me make sure I now he giving her 5,000 before getting there. Plus another 600 plus another 2,000. He's already up to $7,600. This man done spent $7,600 on a woman that he does not know.
Have you not? Have I not been a gentleman to you though? Have I not done anything? But you should have.
His talking point is, have I not been a gentleman to you? Have I not been good to you? Have I not spent $7,600 on you? This man done spent $7,600 on a woman, pampered her, flew her out, most likely was paying her bills, all that for that of the access of some kitty cat. Again, you can't make this shit up. There is more. And what's going on, Mahogany? Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. So he done already spent the $7,600 on something, he doesn't spend it. That's why I don't. That's why I don't be believing motherfuckers when they be talking all that dating advice, because this is the oldest tactic that will always be played by older men or just men in general. When they get their money, they feel that they will have financial access towards pussy that they never usually ever had. They will spend that type of money. Again, this is the high value game, coach, versus IG model. This is the high value game, coach. So, I mean, I can tell you right now, you probably could have saved that money. You could have most likely saved that money. For the most part, um, he's he's treating her like a prostitute. In his eyes, that's what technically she is to him. That's not a hard concept. That's honestly what, if I'm paying towards the pussy, most guys are expecting to fuck the pussy. I don't even know why. That's not even an unheard thought process. Like, that's illogical. I don't even know why some women even think that that's not even logically on the table. Like, I honestly, that blows my mind that people don't think that. I think that literally that's honestly what his mindset was. I mean, to me, I'm gonna just say this. He probably should have told her that. Like, listen, if I'm giving you just even this amount of money, I'm expecting to fuck. Like, are we fucking or not? If we're not fucking, then why am I even giving you money? That's honestly, if that was the game that he was playing, like Monopoly, he should have told them the price. She should have. He should have asked the price for fucking. He flew her out there. He's saying, "I've been a gentleman to you." Um, I don't know. I think some people got it skewed what a gentleman is. Like, this is very naive for even for an old dude to think like this. But then again, a lot of dudes, you're gonna let me up. I got something to say. Okay. Let me see what Mahogany has to say. Let me see what Mahogany has to say.
I knew what it was if I flew you out here, though. I don't want. Why come out?
She does have a point. I don't have to fuck you if I don't want you. If I don't want, if I don't want to, why come out here then? He has a point. Same thing for her. I don't have to fuck you if I don't want to. I would honestly told him you could have spent your money better. I would never give. I don't know why men would give women money that if you're expecting to fuck, you should never give your money to, if it's straight. I just want to fuck. I'm not trying to get to know her. Just because he paid, is she obligated? Fair enough question. Just because he paid, is she obligated?
Yeah.
I probably would have made that the first point of even dealing with this type of woman. I wouldn't even given her money. I would honestly say, listen, if I'm giving you money, I'm expecting to have sex. If I'm not, then if that's not on the table, then why are we even talking? That's honestly, if that's really holistically what he wanted, then why put money? I don't give money to women that I'm not really dealing with. I just don't think that's a logical mindset. Why would you do that? That's foolish. Like, nobody should do that. Like, I don't get in deep with that. I feel like a woman getting money from a man, there's always a contractual agreement. If you think that hey, you're very foolish. We're joined up here with Mahogany. What's up?
Hey, good morning. Lord Jesus. Y'all be going live, and I never could catch back. Caught you this morning because I actually just getting up and I'm about to get ready, so I'm not going to be long. But I agree with them. I like that question that Ted said. Is that his name? Yeah. A be tired. A be tired. Yeah.
Go ahead.
I don't think that that makes her obligated. I wanted to come up here because as a young woman, child, men that tricked on me or tried to trick on me. And that I didn't feel like I had to give anything up. This is the thing. If you are uh, you don't even really have to be attractive, but if a man likes you, he will spend money on you. That's just the facts. The thing of it is some men have it like that. This man obviously, apparently, his money, he don't have it like that, and that's why he's complaining about all the money he spent. If you don't have it like that, don't be out here tricking and acting like you have it like that. That's my thoughts. I know people in this space will differ, because there's been a lot of videos about, women getting flown out and refusing to have sex and da da da. But this is the thing: if you think that your money is going to get sex, then you should make sure that you're inviting a prostitute. Because if you're inviting just a regular woman who might be used to being treated well, or you know what I'm saying, like I've dated men with money and I've dated men without money. Men with money don't mind. It's nothing. It's a drop in the bucket. You see what I'm saying? So if it's it's like being invited to a really expensive party and then complaining that you spent this and you spent that. Well, apparently you couldn't afford to be to that party. That's what I think. But I do think that young ladies need to be careful if they're in a situation, because I was naive also. Thinking, okay, this guy just really likes me and he wants my company and my time. There are men like that, but then you have these creepy men that, they expect a whole lot more and they think you're a prostitute just because you accepted their invite. That's what I think.
Okay.
What do you think?
I think he should just kick her out and just
Yeah,
be
he
done with
should.
it.
But but can I say this? I know all that sounds well, but here I go. But this man is obviously way older than her. This girl is probably young enough to be his daughter. And my thing with the whole, yeah, kick her out, but I I don't feel like mistreating her, like putting her outside and all that. I just want to make this clear. If something like that happens, the decent thing to do is to take her back wherever you got her. Don't just put her on the street, or men will do all kinds of awful stuff when they realize they're not going to get what they want. I had a dude, I'll never forget. I was on a date. I had a dude put me out his car. I was young. I was very young. Somebody could have done something to me. You know what I'm saying? Somebody could have came and killed me, raped me, did anything to me. And it was just a date. It was a date, but because I refused to give him what he wanted, he pulled over and put me off on the side of the road. Then he tried to come back and get me. Of course, I said no. I called I called a family member to come get me. And he still continued to try. Child, um, he still continued to try to talk to me. So I'm just saying. I know this type of stuff goes on.
Mhm. Okay. Like I said, I get, and yeah, I agree. A bit tied. It would be easier to just pay for an escort.
Right.
I would tell most men, if you don't feel like dealing with a relationship, an escort is always the best option. Stop trying to date. Don't worry about dating. There are women that have easier prices. The average price for a woman to fuck her is $80. You could have spent literally. You could have fucked literally umpteen amount of women for $80 to less. The prices do
Well,
not cost that much to fuck a woman.
well,
So
gee, wow. Ooh, I don't know what you're gonna get. You're gonna get what you pay for. If
eighty
$80 is
dollars
all.
$80 is literally 15 minutes on the going market for a woman. $100, 100 to 20, 120 to 160 is a low job with anal, as well
What?
as 180 to $200 is a whole hour. $1,000 if you could do whatever you want with a woman for a whole night. Those are the ongoing rates, fellas, for a woman these days. If you do not know, I could easily put up the rate for how much a woman costs, and also the different category of women. Like literally, it does not cost. Like
How do
I
you
think
know this?
Huh?
Those people.
Because of my occupation.
Um.
Oh no,
So
no, I really I have no problem, Bitai. I'm going to destroy the game of the of dating. If you don't want to date, then just pay for whatever you want. That way, it destroys that of if you don't feel like paying this or you don't feel like committing to that, just go pay for it. And literally, you can easily go buy whatever prices you want for whatever you want. So I mean, anything is up for sale these days. You literally can. He literally probably could have bought it for a less of a price. He flew the girl out. He's already up to $7,600. But let's continue on with that of the price of what he was putting out there for it. He says he was a gentleman.
So y'all, this is the Instagram model. You know what? I ain't gonna be no petty ass. Put your name on there like that.
So he found her on Instagram. He found her on Instagram. So most likely he was shopping around. He could have flew himself out and lived somewhere for a month and still paid away less than that. I agree a bit, Tide. He could have done that. He already spent $7,600. He probably could have paid less than that. I am telling you right now. So there are two classes of men nowadays: men that are paying for direct access, fuck the talking, versus men who are already understanding that, hey, I don't want to pay no more. I mean, I want a relationship, but this is a lot of work. I think at now this climate nowadays, the more younger generation of people are now going into I don't feel like waiting. Now, we can easily find out what is the ongoing rate for women in Indiana. We can easily look that up. That's not hard to do. Actually, it's just a Google search, and you can actually find out the going rates of prices now. Now, there are some places I cannot take you on just my channel, but this is a public thing. But there are other things I can do to show you. Let's go ahead. Let me go ahead and do that
go
for you.
ahead. I just want to
I'm
say
not
this.
gonna. Yep, go
Go
ahead.
ahead, sweetie. What I'm saying is there could be going rates all over the world, but this is the thing. These men that shop for coochie on Instagram, they want a specific type of girl. They want a specific look and they want a specific girl. So if they want that girl, they're going to pay that price. There's a huge difference between somebody on the street corner and somebody, I guess it's low class, high class hooking. I don't know. It's all hooking to me. You could tell kind of the way she's dressed and what the conversation that he definitely was under the impression he could get some coochie. And I'm just saying it's a dangerous situation that she is putting herself in. Um, but it's also kind of foolish. I feel like it should be clear. It should be definitely clear. Just come on out and say it. I want your coochie when you come out here with me. Just bypass all the BS. That way she can say yes and no. There's no confusion. No incident happened because she's lucky as hell. There's some men that don't know how to take no for an answer. And the thing of it is, I do agree with her. I don't know if she said it or not, but the thing is, I have been in situations where men think just because they have money or they have this that they are entitled to something, and that's a problem because that's how people get forced
Okay.
to sex forced upon them and all kinds of stuff, and that's not cool.
So let's look up some of the things that women are doing nowadays for these ongoing prices. So let's see. One girl says she does deep throat, warm and wet, independent, no rush service, provides your service, anal, Greek, oral, GFE, bareback, BBJJJ. Enjoy your own style, baby. Let's play. There's her phone number. If you like to look her up, this girl, this is her. This is her snap. This is her pictures. So you already know what you're getting for these prices. You can easily look these women up. They're not hard to look up anymore. Welcome to that of the accessible. Nothing, or if anything, is literally that of a charge. You can literally buy anything nowadays off the internet
But
for next to nothing.
you're right. But let me ask you a question. I'm going to ask you a question. You are right, but what some of these men are not understanding. So they're on her page and she says no. And then let's say I got a page, but not quite as scantily clad as all that. But I got a page, and I don't say that I'm doing all that, this and that. But because for some reason he has had that experience before in the past, he thinks he's going to trot his way on over to my page and think that he's going to, without being clear, and think that he's, invites me out to a date or whatever, which I would never be stupid enough to go out with a strange man online. I'm not going to lie. But let's just say I was a naive person, a naive girl, and I went out. There's an assumption, he might be making an assumption that is just not, just because one girl is doing it doesn't mean every girl is doing it. And it's dangerous when you're not clear about it. That's all. Does that make sense? Does that make sense, BMT?
I get what you're saying on your end, but most of these people, most of the women, they kind of already have prices set, so they kind of already just let you know how much they're selling their prices for. Like they put their prices up there for a reason, so that way.
Does she have that girl? Does she have a price? Do you know that girl from the video with that man?
The girl for the price. I don't know her prices. I don't know. She had to put it out there. I do know the next girl. $70 for 15 to 25 minutes. Half an hour is $80 for 35 minutes, and $100 for 45 minutes to an hour. Please text or call. Okay, that's her prices. Please text or call for availability. Must be clean, disease free, and well, no strings attached. Happy endings only. Videos available. Well, and call, and that's Indianapolis, and that is a
Oh, this is
31.
disgusting.
How's that disgusting? How's that disgusting?
Selling ass.
But
It's so
see,
disgusting.
but how is that? Wait, okay, but hold up. You literally were talking about a date. Do you really think men care about dates anymore? Holistically, do you on?
I've been off the dating market for years, but back in they cared about dating. There's still some men that want a good woman. You don't think so?
I mean, honestly, that's kind of subjective. That's kind of a subjective thought because
There's
then
still some men that want wives.
I mean, it's subjective. It's subjective thought. I mean, don't get me wrong. Yeah, I don't think America really is built on marriage anymore. It's kind of not. It's not a really a. It's not really a concept anymore. I mean, people nowadays just collateral together now. Like they kind of just collateral together, and then call it a day. Like literally, I'm looking at the prices of these people, and I'm telling you right now, it doesn't really cost that much. Like honestly, like I said, he spent 7,600. Probably
But
because
I'm
stages.
saying it depends on the person. Like, let's be honest. You do have what they call high class prostitutes. So maybe those women don't put value apparently on themselves, on their bodies, on nothing. So that's why they can put a low price.
Now,
Because you
but
can't buy, you
okay,
cannot buy Miss Mahogany.
okay. Now, but you're saying they don't put value, but they literally just told you I literally just told you the price of their value of
Yeah,
their
they
time.
do. But I'm saying every woman doesn't put value. Like there's certain women
Well,
you can't.
we're not asking for every woman. We didn't ask for every woman. But see,
Okay.
here's the thing about it. Now we're in that of the dating market scheme. Okay, so you want to go on a date, you want to be talked to, hell, read and all that
Yes.
stuff. Some I like that's plausible if I want to take the certain type of pace versus you can literally probably go fuck two girls for 160 rather than just wait for the one.
Yeah, but I'm saying, so what we're saying is the same. Basically, men who don't care about their lives and don't care if they catch a STD and all that, yeah, go get you a hoe. But real men that want something long lasting that can grow.
Now, why did you say that? Why did you say a real man? Why would you say that's the men that are just paying for what they want, but then versus the men that are just real men don't? Isn't that
You
subjective?
Well, to me, it probably is, but to me, I mean, I'm a type of woman, I feel like I can tell a real man from a fraudulent type of man. This man, let me tell you something. When you trick and you do this type of behavior, obviously it's going to be hard for him to get with the real woman. It's, especially if he's consistent with that type of behavior. Let me tell you why. Because he's used to paying for sex and getting what he wants. Let's say he stops this behavior, right? He's delivered. And he decides to go get him a good woman. He leaves the hose and gets with a good woman. And guess what? When they're in the bedroom, he's not going to know how to act, because he's just basically doing what he used to do with hoes, thinking he can do the same thing with a nice, wholesome woman, and it's not going to work. These men are awkward as hell. There's so many reasons why this is a bad idea for men and women, not just the idea that they can catch a disease and die, and it's dangerous and you can get killed, and these, it's just that there's a reason it's illegal. In most places in the United States, it's just very dangerous.
Okay. I hear your opinion on this. Let's continue on with the topic. And we're going to keep on playing out through. Now, she already said he is a gentleman. He did pay for these things. She agreed that this guy is a gentleman, that he did do these things for her.
She said he was a gentleman. Did she say? Okay. Did she say? Okay.
She said that he was a gentleman.
Put your name on there like that. Okay, so why would you come halfway across the name on there like that? Okay, so why would you come halfway? I flew you out here though. Why come out here then?
What do you mean?
So y'all, this is the Instagram model. You know what angle you be don't pay me? Put your name on there like that. Okay, so why? Okay, so you come halfway across the country knowing you don't want to blow your mind.
Now, I kind of fault her for that. That was on her fault. She came out there. Now, honestly, you got to be pretty dense to think that, well, this man is paying all this money. Clearly, he's just going to sit down and just talk with me and all the other shit. Like,
I agree.
mean, come on, man. Like, nowadays, I don't feel no empathy in that.
Mm-hmm.
So,
no, she
I don't.
but
if you, I'm.
But what I'm saying is, you can listen to her. But this is a young, stupid girl. Not to make excuses, but she's young. She sounds like she's probably like 21 years old, if that. She might even be anywhere from 19 to 20. She's dumb and stupid. We've all done stupid shit,
So
which I've never done that much stupid shit. And she's half dressed, like she's in a very dangerous situation, and I don't even think she realizes how dangerous of a situation she's in. But she's realizing it now because he's yelling, he's screaming, he's irate. But go ahead, sweetie.
Okay. Now she was taking on a lot of money. She's taking in a lot of money.
No, I didn't say you did. You know what it was, though. You know what it was.
You want to spend money.
I spent 5 G's on.
She said it right out her own mouth. You want to spend money. You want to spend that money. That's what you wanted to do. I spent 5 G's on you. Is what the fuck you fucking talking about? Now, I'm gonna be honest. He is very calm. I'm gonna tell you right now. I've been the cases, and I've been scenes where the girl's skull is bashed in. She's pretty lucky that there is a camera rolling.
But that's not right. We both agree that that's not right. To get violent with somebody because you can't have sex with them,
Like I said, I get it. It's just part of the game. This is the game. Should have been discussed, and I agree right down there. This should have been discussed before the flight. I agree. I will tell anybody before you do anything or you give anybody money, first off, don't do it. If you can't, I don't do that friend shit where, hey, could you help me out? Like, I'm sick or hungry or dying or some shit, and I need money, or my kid is starving. I don't give money. I just don't, because I feel like that shit's gonna come back to bite you, or you're gonna feel some type of way. I don't do it. That's me.
I want to hear the part where the words, because see, I heard some of it, but I did not hear her say that he was a gentleman. I heard her say that he paid for stuff. Because see, he's not acting, which I'm just saying, I don't hear the word gentleman because he's not really acting like there's a difference. Spending money doesn't make you a gentleman. It means you a trick.
Let's play it out. Let's play it like that because Mahogany believes this girl is naive, and she said you spent money, so the girl's playing the game too. But let's play.
First night I'm being a whole gentleman. I've been a whole gentleman. Have you not? Have I not been a gentleman to you though? Have I not done anything? But you should have known.
There you go.
But she don't know what a gentleman is. She's with a trick.
Oh no! Don't do that, Mahogany. Don't do that. Don't do that. Now you
He's a trick. There's a difference.
No, wait. You can't say she asked him a question. He asked her a question. Have I not been a gentleman? She said yes.
She's dumb. She don't have common sense.
Now
though. You
she's
can't
dumb.
see that.
Now you're saying she's
Well,
dumb.
she is. Listen, okay, I want to make it clear what I'm saying. She's a foolish girl that put herself in a very dangerous situation. She could have gotten raped, drugged, beat up, and killed, like you just said. So obviously she's not that bright. I'm not making excuses for her. I'm just saying what it is. If she thinks a trick is the equivalent of a gentleman, she's wrong. He's a trick.
Why are women attracted to tricks?
Now, okay, can I talk a little bit?
Go ahead.
Women like men that, like, for me personally, I don't like cheap men, but I would never date a trick. There's a difference. Like I was saying, there's a difference with men that do something nice just to do something nice and versus a man doing something expecting something in return. The problem is when you're young like this, are just dumb and naive women, especially when they're younger, they have a hard time telling the difference. And that's the whole purpose of this video. There's a lot of unclear kind of lines here. It should have been clear before they even took that trip what was going to happen, and it wasn't clear, and that's the problem. But basically, women think they like tricks because they like money. They like being taken out. They like going to the finer places and stuff like that. But what this young lady needs to really do is focus on herself and getting her own money instead of being worried about somebody else's pockets. That's the problem. And then when you do that, usually once you start making your own money, then you tend to mingle with other people who make money. And then it's not even an issue. See what I'm saying? Because people who got money, you can tell this nigga ain't got no money. People who got money, it's not even that serious. If he was a wealthy person, what he paid on her it would have been a drop in the bucket. That's what I'm saying. He did something that he obviously couldn't afford to do. So, and now he's angry about it.
Now, here's the thing. She's an IG model. She makes her profession off of showing her body.
Mm-hmm.
She's in the profession of showcasing her body to entice men.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you think that she knows what she's doing?
See, I don't know much about that realm. I will say this. I myself have considered doing a little modeling myself. It's actually been suggested to me even before I came on YouTube by a few people especially back in my day when I was younger. Child, I had a body like a brick house, honey. And I don't think that necessarily means that I'm out here selling pussy. So once again, I think I'm not sure what she was advertising, but just because a person is dressed scantily clad, once again, doesn't mean you can get the coochie. See what I'm saying? I'm not up here to fight with you, boo.
No. You're telling your opinion, and I'm just looking at the video for my.
Who would it was if I flew you out here, though? I don't want. Why come out here then?
What do you mean?
Now that is a fair point. I'm gonna tell anybody, especially for ladies, if you're not planning on doing certain stuff with the guy, don't take the check. But then I know some people are going to take the check and they think that, hey, scenarios. I can promise you, there's gonna always be a scenario. What do you mean? So y'all, this is the Instagram. I don't. You know what? I ain't going to be no.
This is the Instagram model. You know what? I ain't gonna be no petty ass. Put your name on there like that. Okay, so why would you come halfway across the country knowing you didn't want to? I ain't say you did. You know what it was though.
So So she said that she does not. I don't want to fuck you though. I ain't say you did. I just came to have a good time.
See,
You knew what it
miscommunication.
was. You knew what it
Hmm.
was though. And see, I would have to see those text messages because, again, I don't think everything was being fully. One, he wasn't direct. Two, she was probably doing misdirection. This is not
Yeah,
uncommon.
there's a lot of game.
Okay.
She's playing the game too, though, like you say,
So
because look at how she's dressed. I mean, I'm not saying that that entitles him. That's not what I'm saying. But if you look, she's got that skirt and it's strapped up to the, you could all up to the thigh. You got to know, you got to have, as a woman, you got to have enough sense not to entice a man. You can't put yourself in situations like that. It's just bad all the way around. It's just bad. He ain't got the money to be tricking on her, and she's up here accepting money and doing silly foolish things without thinking about her safety. So both of them are just dead wrong. But I want to ask you a question, BMT. So yeah, I mean, personally, I don't think just because a woman shows her body, I'm a fan of modeling. Like I said, even before I was on YouTube, I was offered opportunities to do some modeling. I have a cousin that models. I don't think there's anything wrong with a woman necessarily showing her body. Doesn't necessarily mean they're selling sex. I will say that. For men, they just can't seem to separate the two. But I mean, if I had and I, had an Instagram page and I'm,
so should a
showing off.
man should a man deal with a woman that is an Instagram model or on OnlyFans? Should a man deal with a woman that is in that type of
Can I
limelight?
say something? Um, that's the thing. I think OnlyFans and Insta. So you have people doing bad things on those apps. You have people selling sex on those apps. You have people you pay your money and you get to see them doing all kinds of sexual acts and sexual things to themselves. But do you know also with both of those apps, including what was that one you just said? What would you call that app? What was
Instagram, TikTok,
no the one that everybody thinks OnlyFans? Do you
OnlyFans.
know there's people on OnlyFans that give private consultations? They're not selling sex. They give all kinds of stuff, therapy. Like just because one person is using it for sex doesn't mean everybody's using for sex. It's kind of like Craigslist. You got hoes out here selling, doing it, prostituting themselves on Craigslist, and you got people actually using it as a business. So, but people just tend to think, oh, you on there, you must be doing this. There has to be some clarity. There needs to be some discussions. They should have talked before he flew her out.
I
Yeah.
agree. I believe they probably should have talked before he flew her out there.
Hmm.
Um, again, um, I'm gonna tell you. Like I said, do I have much faith in the dating thing anymore? I really don't. I really don't. I
Let's
don't.
play.
I,
Let's play BMT. You want to play a game?
I, I don't believe in dating, and I don't believe in marriage.
Can we play a game?
Sure.
Okay, because me and you, I feel like we're cool. We're friends. Um, I feel like these people on YouTube have no clue how to actually date, have no clue to talk to the opposite sex. So I feel like we should show them. Let's say almost like a role play. Um, do you want to pretend that you're him and I'm her or something like that
Mm,
or no? That would be cool, right?
okay. I'm game.
Okay, cool. So okay, I'm on here. I'm, showing off my boobs and my butt and all this and that. Okay, how are you gonna holler at me? You gonna get my DMs? What you gonna tell me?
I would say this. I would say this. Hey, what's good, baby? How you doing?
Okay, I'm typing back to you. Oh, I'm good. What's up with you?
Mm, nothing. I was trying to figure out how many roses you want. That way I can get access to you.
See, I bet you he didn't. Well, anyway, let's stay in roll. Um, oh, I love roses. You can get as many as you can afford. But access to me. What you mean?
I want that mouth, and also I want some of that pussy game.
But see right there. He didn't say that. Now can we? Now can I be him? I'm willing to bet you what he said to
No, you
her.
can't be him. You have to stay and roll. You have
But
to
he
stay in
didn't
him.
say.
You're
But
a
you didn't
woman. You're a
say that.
woman. You have to stay in your role. You can't come to my role.
But he didn't say that. That's why she was
No, you
unclear.
can't be you. I'm him. You can't be me. I'm him. You're no. So you got to play your role.
Okay, so once he I sir, you got me mistaken. I'm not like these other hoes. I just do this for a living, but I don't have
But
sexual
what you mean?
contact with.
But what you mean? You just was showing me. I gave you $100 for you to show your pussy, and I so. What you mean?
See, and there's the discrepancy. Me personally, I would never do that.
Uh uh
So,
uh uh. You're the IG girl. You can't now back out. You
but
can't back
all
out.
IG women, my point is, thank you. I be tired. All IG women are not doing that. I don't know if this girl did that. I don't know what she did. Because now she's sitting up on that bed like she got morals. So maybe she had morals even back then. Maybe she didn't. Some men will just spend money. They will. I had a man buy me a whole goddamn. I had
Hey,
a
how you
man buy
getting
me.
out of character? How you getting out
Oh,
of character?
sorry.
How you getting out of character? Now you gonna show me them? You gonna show me that coochie or not?
No, and then I would block you next and wait for the
Why?
next. I wait for the next man to hit
All
me up.
right, cool. I'm gonna record this conversation and I'm gonna post it all over there and show how fraudulent you are and trying to show and use men's money. Guess you gonna get canceled. Ta-da!
That was good. That was fun. That was fun.
Mahogany did not want to comply.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
child. I don't play them games, honey. I'm serious about mine.
Now, Big Ty asked a good question. She asked a good question. BFT, aren't you married? Do you not believe in marriage? And I will definitely tell you, marriage is a dying drag of a concept. Yes, it is still practice. It is still practice. But is it honestly a survivable tool anymore? No. And marriage is not needed as a survivable tool. People actually can live together, raise children, be conductive parents in the home and everything. They can do all of that. Hell, most majority of people nowadays are not holistically getting married. Yes, they are trying to show that. Hell, if that was the case, the government would not be trying to force certain type of implemented rules to actually keep joint cohabitability. Honestly, right now, you have where people are operating doing marital things and they're not even married. Why would they do that? Listen, so if women are opting doing wifey duties, but they're not married, then what was the point of me having to put a ring on you and marry you if I'm already getting certain viable access? The same for men. You can't ask. You're asking the man to do X, Y, and Z, and if he's a real man, but I'm a real man when you're getting my money. I'm a real man when I'm cutting your grass. I'm a real man when I'm taking care of business for you. But if I'm spending on you and investing in you, I'm a real man at that time, and that's even before I even got you as my last name. So at this point nowadays, people don't holistically do not actually care for that for the marriage card. The marriage card actually has no high point of a callus anymore. It just doesn't. I
Can
mean,
I
people
just
can say they do, but it really don't mean shit. It really
can I
don't.
give my opinion?
Go ahead. You can go ahead and give your opinion. That is fair.
Well, I think there's definitely I think people need to continue to get married for sure
They can.
yeah, for the betterment of society. It's been proven that and there's benefits to being married, not just the
What is the
tax
benefit,
breaks.
Logan?
Oh my gosh, there's so many. Especially when you look at taxes, oh my goodness, being married definitely is a benefit. You get tax breaks not just once a year, but when you buy a home together, it makes it easier to build. It makes it easier to work on credit score. I mean, it really marriage can really get you out of poverty. I don't care if you're smart, if you're smart and you work together, it can get you out of poverty, not just because you have the two incomes, but you have the capability to increase your income if you don't have the income. So it's to me, I know a lot of people, not you, but a lot of people in the space are kind of don't feel positively about it. But when you look at the statistics when it comes to marriage, it really is just, it's a good thing for almost every type of person. It really is. Now I'm not saying everybody should be married, but I'm talking about like statistically, it's good. For y'all, for instance, married men, you guys live longer, you're usually healthier. Married women, same thing. Also, I mean, it's just married people tend to take better care of their health. It's just so much, and finances seem to be better. So it's you feel supported. It's just a good thing. I don't know how else to say it.
Okay. Let's go ahead and get back to the video and hear what she had to say. If you guys are coming in, like the video, share the video. Actually, you're welcome to put in your feedback. All of that is very highly, very highly anticipated. So let's get back to that.
know what it was?
Money.
I spent 5 G's on you. What are you talking about? 5 G's. What are you talking about? So look, she did that. Hold on, let me talk. Shut up. Then we about to go eat, right? So Shorty wants to hungry. So Shorty, call. Like all this shit, I'll help you.
Okay, so we got that right there. Let me make sure I go to this. So he said, that's what you want to do. 5 G's. Fuck is you talking about? So look, you want to do that. You asked me to come out here. She didn't. She didn't did it. She didn't did it. Whatever the fuck. All right, so he spent 5 G's, right? Plus another 2,000, plus also the airfare. That's 7,600. Like I told y'all. She has a point. She said, I didn't ask you to do all that. Men are willfully giving their money and their resources away. Now, that is a fair thing. Women give their time, men give their resources. It is not the opposite. More women will give their time and their blood. Women have time, men have resources. Women have time, men have resources. It's been like that since the dawn of time. Uh,
BMT, I had a man buy
so
me a dryer. A man bought me a brand new dryer. Didn't tell me he was going to buy it. He just bought it. I came home and we were friends. He had the dryer in my damn apartment. Don't you
was
know
he trying
later
to get
on,
was he trying to get at you?
he liked he did tell me that he liked me, but he didn't get a goddamn thing from me because at the end of the day, I didn't know he was doing it. I appreciated it, but I ain't no hoe, and I
Did you
let him
keep
know
it?
that.
Did you
Hell
keep
yeah, I
it?
kept that dryer. I kept that dryer. Yes, I did. He didn't ask for it back because he could afford the dryer, and we're I won't say we're friends to this day, but I don't have an issue with the man. My point is, don't, if you're gonna trick like you got some sense. Don't spend a bunch of money and then complain about it later if things don't go your way.
Hey, people, people are doing these things, man. Like I don't even like I said. This is willful. This is willful stuff. I think this is why some men are now hesitant on that relationship. Again, I agree. Some men don't got it. A lot of men don't have it. A lot of men don't have it. They cannot afford to take certain financial L's. That's why they feel a certain type of way. Investing in something or someone can be mentally and physically devastating um, because you put in so much time and effort into that person. This man put in $7,600 into this woman. She didn't say, "Hey, I didn't tell you to do that. You did that." I think that's what kind of burned her. He's like, "Damn, she's right. I didn't." So this is all by choice.
Jeez. What are you talking about? So look, she did that. Hold on, let me talk. Shut up. Then we about to go eat, right? So Shorty come out, she hungry. So Shorty call.
So Shorty talking about she hungry. I'm fixing to call my Uber. So Short called him, pack all this shit, I'll help you. Okay, so
Call him, pack all this
Yeah,
shit.
and he's
I'll help you.
touching her
I'll help
stuff.
you
He's
leave.
talking shit
Pack
about
all
her
this bunk.
clothes. He's not a gentleman. And I'm gonna be
Pack
honest
all
enough.
this shit. Pack all this.
I'm scared for her. Like
mm,
I'm just saying, this could be.
why
He's
you
not
scared
being
for
bad,
her?
but because the situation. If that was my daughter, first of all, there are men, and I know this for a fact. There are men that would have forced her down and done God knows what with her. And that's what's so scary about this whole thing. This is a young woman with not much sense, just doing a very foolish thing. That's what I see. Hmm.
Mm. Okay, that's fair. Again, I said that could have happened. That definitely could have happened. I'm gonna be honest. I'm surprised it didn't happen. I'm pretty surprised it didn't happen.
Yeah,
But
there
hey,
are men that would have really. Can I tell you a story? And I don't mind. I'm just in the mood to
no,
talk.
no,
Oh,
no, no, no,
why?
no, no,
Why,
no.
BMT?
You're too invested. You're too invested in. It's like you want to be in the big. No, no. Let it play
Oh,
out. Let it play
oh,
out. Let it play out.
oh,
Save
okay.
your story.
It's not even about the. It's not even about. It's really about the money because it ain't about nothing.
Oh, you correct. It's really about the money because shit ain't happened and about nothing. You feel me? Clearly it is. Clearly, I agree. It is about the money. I think she's called him. It is about the money. You spend enough money, Mahogany, you have a point.
Mm-hmm.
She is playing a dangerous game. Uh, it is about the money. He spent time. He brought you out there, and he expected you to deliver. It is a very dangerous thing that she played, and
Uh-huh.
it can go very wrong. Let me go. So you're right.
Ain't about nothing. So listen, we get off the fight. Let me tell the story. We get off the fight. So I'm like, we went back to the room. Well, she like, I'm hungry. I'm alright. Well, let's go to a little restaurant or something. I'm trying to get her something to eat. She like, oh no, I only eat the best. I want some crab legs. That's another. So we go to the restaurant. I'm sitting there ordering steak, motherfucking crab legs.
He is definitely a trick.
Oh yeah,
He is
he is,
definitely
and
he is definitely
he
a
is.
trick. I cannot feel. Um, I can't really feel for this dude because, and this is the thing about it, where a lot of guys who talk about their 6 figure, 7 figure types of dudes, they make money, that they got this type of money. And when you lead with your wallets, I cannot feel no type of obligation of empathy for you because you're saying that my wallet or my what I got is going to hold it. And this is where that high value game coaching shit crumbles against a lot of these girls. Now, again, ladies and gentlemen, Mahogany has brought up a very valid point. I'm just reacting to this. She is playing a dangerous game. She could have probably got seriously hurt. Again, a lot of women end up turned up missing, dead, or thrown in this type of lifestyle because they play this type of game and they play too close to the sun. I know a lot of people say, "Oh my God, BMT, you don't care." Listen, dude, this is a grown consensual adult. These are two grown consensual adults. One took the flight, didn't even know. Well, shit, motherfucker, you went somewhere to his territory. There are videos with women that are going on flights to meet men. This has been a consistent thing, and yet it is very interesting because a lot of women turn up missing, namely black women. Y'all turn up missing more than anything.
I was
But
gonna
however,
say that. Yeah,
see,
I,
I see.
I
I'm
was
not.
gonna
I
say.
told you, I'm not. I get it, but I'm also understanding because I know women like her. She's going to do this again. She's going to get involved with more dudes like this. Now, is this guy? Do you catch Angelica's recent video? No, I did not catch it. I didn't catch it. I didn't see it come up on the bell. Um, you're going to see more women that are going to play this game. A lot of young women, like Mahogany said, that are doing stupid moves, are going to take this risk. They're going to go meet up with guys that have challenges, cars, money, clothes, and different other things. They're not going to think about that. A lot of women are trying to get the fast. A lot of men just want straight access. And it's like if people flip out for not getting a burger at McDonald's. I'm gonna tell you right now, the fact that she hasn't been hit. Some people gonna take it as, oh, BMT, you want her to get beat, you want to get hurt. No, 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 no. I never said that. I don't want y'all to misconstrue that. I'm telling y'all that this could have gone very badly. I'm actually more preferred on the preferable side that um of him just turning on the camera and screaming at her rather than actually, bashing her brain in. The smartest
Right.
move. So, the fact that only this is all that happened is probably the best option that did happen.
But can I say before you play the video, I want to say
Yeah.
this. When I'm telling you, what I'm trying to share with y'all is that I can tell by his reaction, his anger, his frustration with her, which in some ways he has a right to be. In some ways, if anything, really his own frustration because he obviously wasn't clear with that young lady before they stepped foot. And to be honest, when it comes to sex, it's a fine line because right before that very moment, a woman has the right to change her mind. That's what the law says. That's what the law says. And if at any point in time he goes beyond that, it's something else. It's something illegal. Well, that whole thing is illegal because it's a sexual transaction, and in that state, I'm sure it's illegal, like it is in most states in the United States. So that whole thing is wrong. And when you participate in illegal activity like this young woman is, and this man is doing, it's just dangerous for both sides. But when he's yelling and screaming at her, it took me back to a place because I'm telling you, there's probably not a woman alive that hasn't been in a circumstance, not maybe not this exact circumstance, but I'm telling you, I've been in predicaments where just because I didn't do something that this person wanted me to do, all of a sudden they're getting irate and threatening me. I got put out of a car because I didn't want to do anything with somebody that I barely knew. You know what I'm saying? And it's really, men don't understand. You guys are way bigger than us, way stronger than us. It's almost, there's some men that are double my size. So it's almost like a child parent relationship for our size. And you're yelling and screaming in my face. It could be very scary and intimidating. That's why I guess in a way my heart is kind of going out to her. But at the same time, she's dumb for putting herself in that situation. Her life is way more than $7,000. I don't care if she doesn't believe that. I believe that her life is way more precious than $7,000. And whether that trick values her life, as a mother, I value her life. I don't even know this young lady, and that it's
Mm.
disturbing to see this.
Guess how much it costs for a pregnant woman?
Oh God.
Yeah, you can buy
That's
you can buy a
insane
pregnant woman.
because you could put a baby in danger.
Well, it's called Free Market Enterprise. Mahogany, it's free. It's called Free Market Enterprise. I'm just letting you know, like these things happen.
No, it's okay. A B tide. No, I don't really watch a whole. I have my little group. Like I watch BMT and a few other people. I don't really watch. I'm trying to get into TikTok.
Hmm. Hmm. Now, Mahogany. Now, what is your story that you would like to tell?
Okay, thank you. I was going to tell you about how these men get things twisted online. Okay, so a good friend of mine, I consider one of my best friends. Good woman. But this is back in the day when all this stuff was relatively new. You know, you had what's that website called? Plenty of fish and all that there, and
Mm-hmm.
blackpeoplemeet.com. I think she met him on blackpeoplemeet.com. Anyway, Black Planet, something like that. My friend came over. She was all excited about this guy she was talking to online. And, I've been in a long relationship forever, so I wasn't free, I didn't know anything about online dating. But I just told her to be careful because I've heard bad things. And she was like, okay. She asked me if she could bring the guy over to my house. So, because she didn't want him to know where she lived. And at first I was like, well, I have a son. And at that time I was single, with my son because I divorced his dad, whatever. Anyway, he comes over. I leave the room, me and my son go upstairs, whatever, so they can talk. They leave, they go out on a date. I think the next day she comes to visit me and I'm like, oh, how was your date? And she was like, girl, he was a creep, girl. Um, they had the little date. They went out for coffee, and then they went back to her place. But it was for just little nightcap. Nothing sexual in her mind. I know her. And so they're down in her living room watching TV or whatever. And she went to the restroom. She actually went to the restroom not to slip into something sexy. She went to use the goddamn restroom. Don't you know? She said, girl, when I came back to the motherfucking sofa, she said, girl, that nigga was sitting there butt ass naked. I said, oh my God. I cannot make this up. She was horrified. She was like, oh my God, what the hell? She said she didn't know what to do. She asked him to leave. And he got belligerent. He got violent. What you talking about? You want this. Sitting there rubbing his stuff. And I was like, oh my God, thank God nothing else happened and you got him out of your apartment. It didn't stop there. Can I finish on with the story?
Go ahead.
It didn't stop there. She called me. She let me know all this happened. And she said, girl, if he call, just make up something. Tell him, just tell him I don't want to talk to him and blah, 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 blah. Because he wouldn't stop calling her. I don't remember if she blocked him or whatever, but he wouldn't leave her alone. And he did. He ended up calling me. And to show you what a sleaze bag he was, don't you know he tried to talk to me too? So he was just, my point is, he just was an absolute sleaze bag. And come to find out, the reason why he thought he could treat my friend that way was because in the past he had so many hookups. And that's why I say a lot of women make it difficult for good women to find a good man. Now, there, my friend is a good woman looking for a good man. And because he's used to tricking on these hoes, he thought he could treat her like that. That is a problem. So, yeah, and that's a true story. So
No, I didn't say it was fake. I believe you 100%.
no. I'm just saying that and to this day, I'm very skeptical about online relationships. It's very dangerous. Mm-hmm.
So she met him through online, pretty
Yes.
much, and pretty much thought there was supposed to be something of it, and nothing came of it.
Mm.
Um, and
But he thought he
everything.
was going to get sex after one date. He really thought that. And she
Hmm.
didn't do anything to give him that impression other than be beautiful and charming. She didn't do anything to give him that impression that he was going to get sex. But there he was sitting on her couch, sweaty, booty butt naked.
Okay, and how did she get him out? How did she get him out?
She started kind of yelling at him like, put your clothes on and get out of my apartment. Of
Mm.
course he put up some resistance verbally, but he wasn't crazy enough to do anything. I mean, she lives in an apartment building, but they have security and stuff like that. And I mean, unless he was planning on killing her, would thank God not. But I mean, that's the thing. That's just how dangerous he could have been. A psychopath. My thank God, he wasn't, and but he was a creep. I'll tell you that. He was a stone cold creep, and he was just online trying to get easy access to sex. And because it had worked in the past, he thought he could do it with my friend who was a good woman.
Hmm. Okay, I think we found her. Is this her site? Damn it! I've been on the prowl looking for her site for
What's
a
her
while.
name?
Huh? I don't. You
What
know
the
they ain't
woman's
gonna give.
name?
Yeah, they're
Oh,
never
well,
gonna
how
give
can
up.
you find her? How can you find her site without her name?
Easy. I'm very good at what I do. I'm very good at what I do. Okay. Here we go. So let's put out her rates for what she has. All right. So.
Are you sure that's her? Can you show it to us?
She's very naked.
Oh,
But if y'all would like to, we can definitely play her doggone. Let's look at some of the price. I don't think this is her, but this is one of the girls in Indiana that is featured with her. Let's go ahead and grab her. Now, alcohol only. A quick visit is $100. This is also September 409. What time is it right now? It is 7:50. So that means she kind of just put that out there. Quick visits, $100. Half an hour, 140. 1 hour is for 180. Man, the prices in Indiana must be dropping. You cannot go without a condom. No cum and no anal. But that is her phone number for one of the ladies in Indiana. So, fellas, make sure if you would like to look her up, she's in Indiana.
What
Let's
is
get
no
back
C?
to
What is no CL? Oh, is that what that is? Oh, okay.
oh mahogany. You're just so oblivious. It's cute.
I am oblivious. This is weird. This is so weird.
No, it's not weird, mahogany. You're just naive. You're not. When a
Girl,
man wants you to drop your drawers, just drop your drawers and bust it wide open. That's what's
hell
going on there.
no. And I haven't dated in years, so this is weird to me.
Mahogany, just goddamn. Let me go ahead. Let me go ahead.
Oh wow. Is that what it means? See in the mouth.
Hold on, you can leave. You can go. Yes, I'll help you. Pack this shit up. You can get the all out. Get all your shit. Pack all it. It's already packed. Yes. Tell them how much money I spent though. Tell them how much money I spent. I can get some. It ain't enough for me to call. I got another coming through. I
Good
got another
morning,
coming through.
Brownie.
So he has another bitch coming through, as he says. She's on the phone, which was a pretty smart move. She got on the phone with whoever. So the IG girl already got the bag. She had already been over there for 2 days. I guess he's been holding out and waiting. He's better than me. I can't get mad. I get it from the men's point, but I'm also understanding. Hey, like you got to speak. Like closed mouths don't get fed. Closed mouths don't get fed. Like have I ever fucked a broad I gave money to? Yes, I have. Yep, I have. I've had plenty of booty in my life, and I could tell you from ones to two sums, which I guess would be a threesome, to four sums. You only got one dick, so you only can use one dick, and can't fuck five
Can
pussies
we
at the
be
same.
honest? Can we be honest though? No, this really is surprising to me, a B tide. But you know what? The fact is, all men do some level. People got mad when I said this, but all men do some level of tricking because no woman with her salt is going to be with a man that's not doing absolutely anything for her. Won't buy her lunch, won't do anything for her. So there is some level, but I don't want to call it tricking because it's a little bit different than that because
So I got a
there's a.
question. So is a man expected to spend money on a female?
Oh, absolutely. Oh, yes, for sure. My daughter,
Now,
yes. Me, yes. Yeah, you're gonna spend money. And I'm probably gonna spend money on you too. It's a mutual relationship. But yes,
okay,
if you invite me out, yes, you're gonna spend that bread. Yes, God.
okay. Now, is it wrong for the man if he's spending money? Are you saying that men should not look for anything back in return?
No, they should not. I'm a lady. And you're gonna treat me like a lady. I mean, come
You
on.
know what? I honestly think that would be a fair, honest assessment of a discussion, Marketing. I would be willing to have with you. I think men talk about that they want femininity, but they don't want to deal with a lady. I think there's a difference between femininity and dealing with a lady. That literally is a different correlation. Like some now, not saying that men do not want. Some men do want a nice woman, but then some men they're like, I just need to get a nut, and I
Can
just
we
want to get my
role
dick
play one
sucked.
more time? Can we
No,
role play?
you don't ever stay in your role. You jumped
Well, I
all
don't
over.
want to be a hoe this time. I don't want to be a hoe. I want to be a
You don't
nice
want to be
lady.
a hoe this time.
No, I don't. I don't want to be a hoe again.
Why?
I want you to be a gentleman, and I want you to ask me out on a date.
Okay. So I'll play the girl, and you play the John. Okay, go
Oh,
ahead.
okay.
Okay.
No, now you a nice lady though. You're not a hoe. Okay,
Why?
so I'm
How you gonna tell
okay
me what to do with my body?
because I don't date hoes. I only want a nice lady. Okay, so I'm
My
I'm
body,
approaching
my
you.
choice. If you can't respect what I want to do with my body, then I
Well,
don't
then
know if I'm.
I would not be asking you out if you're
Then
gonna
you
act
need
like
to push
that.
on, scrub. Push on.
Well, listen,
You're not,
listen.
you're not ready
Okay,
to go.
let me be the. Can I be the lady and you be the
No,
nice
I'm
man?
I'm the fucking goddamn. I'm playing my part as the motherfucking IG broad. You
No,
play the
I
goddamn.
don't want to be an IG, bro. I want us to be just a man and a
I'm the
woman.
IG. I'm the IG model. You're the dude. So You're supposed to be trying to get at me. So you stay in character.
I don't want to play that role.
Then
Do my
I
role.
would do that.
Do my role
Why
one
you
time,
always
please.
want to be? You can't be. Listen, you're not Denzel. You can't play everybody's role.
No,
Play your role. I'm
I
saying
want to
that.
be myself. I want to be a single mahogany, and you be a single BMT, just for a second, so we can teach these people how they should be talking to each other. Go ahead and ask me out.
Hey, baby, listen. You look really good in that outfit.
Oh, thank
Can
you.
I can I take you to James Island?
What's on James Island?
Well, we can go out there and get some crab cakes and go on the boardwalk where I can hold you in front
Oh,
of the sun.
ooh. Okay, that sounds good. Okay. All right. So I'll be ready about 8 tonight.
Okay, wear some cute sandals.
Okay, cute. So now we're there. Fast forward. Da, 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 da. Okay. So now you're picking me up. Knock on the
Mhm.
door and come pick me up. Oh, he's late. I wonder where he is. Hello?
Hey, sorry I'm late. Traffic was pretty bad. Um, you look really ravishing.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. You look nice too. Come
Yeah,
on
let
in.
me
Come on, make yourself comfortable. Come on, have a seat on the couch.
I, I brought you a bottle of wine. You know, you
Oh,
can. You're welcome.
oh,
You know
that's
what I'm
so
saying?
nice. Oh, look at it. Oh, it's red wine, my favorite. I love it. Give me a second. I just gotta, go grab a few things. I'll go get my purse. But make yourself comfortable. But do you want something to eat or drink?
Oh no, no, no! I'm saving that for when we get to the when we get to the get to the out there to the boardwalk.
Okay, cool. I'll be right back.
Okay, baby.
Going upstairs. Okay. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Okay. All right, BMT. I'm ready. I'm ready. You ready?
Yes. Ooh, girl, let me open up the car door for you.
Oh,
Come on
thank
in.
you,
Come on
thank
in.
you, thank you,
All right,
thank you, thank you.
close the car door. Um, what kind of music you want me to play on the way there? What kind of music you want me to play?
Oh, I like that old school stuff. Maybe some Johnny Gill. My. Woo! It sure
So you want
is.
some Johnny Gill? I got you, baby. I got you. I got
Yes,
you. You
I
want some?
like Johnny Gill.
Okay, so you want some Johnny Gill? Um, all right. Let's go on there. Do you want me to we go in there and driving? You know what I'm saying? As I'm driving, um, you want
What
to
are you
hold my hand?
doing? Yes,
I
let's
like.
hold hands.
I want to. We can hold hands. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm.
I usually put the car on cruise control so that way we can have a nice drive. I don't want to speed there, but I also want to drive and a nice leisurely drive. So how was work?
It was okay. My boss getting on my nerves. How was your day?
It was all right. It was all right. You know what I'm saying? I was very highly nervous because I was gonna get to spend some time with you. I always wanted to take you out, and thank you for giving me that opportunity to take you out.
Oh, well, I've been watching you, in the clubs and stuff, and I had my eye on you too. So I was glad when you invited me out. I was like, okay, okay, yeah. Focus on the
So
road, BT. Uh huh.
I'm sorry,
Don't get
baby. I'm
distracted.
sorry. Sometimes you just look so damn fine, girl. I can't take my eyes off you. Like, you got me
Oh yeah,
sweating and
yeah.
shit. So,
Oh,
like I said,
uh-huh.
so do you so how's the family been?
Everything's good. How's your family?
They're doing good. You know what I'm saying? The children are in school. I'm trying to, learn some new stuff at my job and everything. And definitely I'm hoping that everything goes well with me and you, that we can actually try to get some shit popping.
Oh, okay. Yes, yes. I love kids, so I can't wait to meet. Spend time with them. I can't wait for you to meet mine. Yeah. So, cool, cool, cool.
Okay, baby, we pulling up.
Okay. I don't know if you
Hmm.
should be drinking and driving, but it's okay.
Don't worry, baby. I got this. I got this. I'm just trying to loosen myself while we driving.
You know,
Okay, baby.
he got that brown paper bag, y'all.
Come on, baby. Let's go on this side.
Okay, okay. So as we get out the car, guess what he's gonna do? What are you gonna do? Who's gonna? Am I gonna get out the car myself and open my own door?
I'm, I'm gonna open the car door. I'm gonna open the car door, and I'm going to take your hand and help you out of the car door.
Oh
You know
yes,
what I'm
yes.
saying? And then after that, I'm like, okay, go ahead and grab your purse, baby. Go and grab your purse. And then after that, we're gonna go ahead and open up the door. I said, I would like a table for two. Could you put us close to the water? And also, I want to order a bottle of wine. And baby, what you want to get? Go ahead, baby.
Oh, it's so many things to choose from.
Mm-hmm.
Um, well, as a lady, as a Southern lady, and I'm going to be considerate of his pocket, y'all. So, I'm not going to order the most expensive thing, but I'm going to get what I want. But I'm not going to order the most expensive thing because I want to show him that I'm interested in him and not his money. So the most expensive thing is the lobster, but right under that they have a surf and turf, which is a steak and some shrimp. So I will get the surf and turf, boo.
Okay. Can I get the fried calamari? I'd like to get the fried calamari, please. And baby, you want some fried mushrooms?
Oh, that sounds good. Yes, yes.
Okay, we could probably take that home. You know what I'm saying? Maybe your son might want some, we could take that home. Okay, so order the food. You know,
Perfect.
I would take my phone. I said, baby, how about we take our phone and put them on vibrate? You know what I'm saying? Let's put our phones away so that way we can just focus on each other. You know what I'm saying? And then we can talk. I'm gonna hold your
Oh,
hand. I'm gonna hold your hand. You know what I'm saying? Now, one of the moves I like to make, if you know what I'm saying, is definitely I like to focus on her. We eat. We I like to sometimes if I can. Ooh, would you like to try the fried calamari or off of my plate? Would you like to try that, baby?
I'm sure. Yes, I never had calamari before. I'll take a little something.
Go ahead, baby. Go ahead. Go ahead. Then
Yes,
after
and
that,
so yes,
yep, here,
maybe he feeds it to me. Stuff like that. That's nice.
you know what
See,
I'm saying?
we got the game wrapped up tight, BMT. They don't know nothing about this Southern charm, honey. They don't know nothing about this right here, honey.
But
That's
like
how
I
you
said,
do it, baby.
you
Mm.
I would definitely make sure that sometimes also it's very intimate when you allow her to y'all share entrees together, and you would she gets her food, you get your food, y'all can and if you time it right, you can also enjoy that of the scenery. And you know, definitely, I would definitely want to move my chair closer if I can, so that way we can sit close to each other and eat together. Or if I can, I would actually want to angle it directly straight across from you. That way we can have a good, vibrant conversation talking about the meal. While we're talking, um, what made you comfortable to want to come out with me tonight?
Well, like I said, I saw you in the club, and I saw, how the women, how much pull you got in the club, and you always polite to all the women in the club, and I've been peeping your style, and I feel it. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, yeah, he's pretty cool. And we've talked a couple times, and you always was respectful to me. So I said, yeah, I'll give you a try. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I've always been, I've always been, I've always been multifaceted with you. I love looking
Ooh,
you in my eyes. I love your Afrocentric, Nubian
oh
swagger.
yeah.
Um,
Thank you, thank you.
I love your orientation with family, and I just love the vibe that you give with off of your spirit. You're
Oh,
very well grounded, and you have a very genuine essence about you. And I'm hoping that even after tonight, I can pull more off of that.
Oh my God, y'all. This is the moment. We're smiling, we're very receptive. Um, he and I have we are locked like bulls, honey. We have eye contact.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we are touching in some kind of way, whether it's our hands, there's some contact going on, or maybe he's got his arms around my shoulders. There's definitely some touching, there's intimacy going on right now at this moment. And so I'm receptive to it, and I say thank you. And one thing, everything he's doing is right. I'm gonna be honest, everything he's doing is right. This is going to eventually get him, if this, going to get him where what he wants, and it's going to get me what I want. But I'll tell you this: you notice he didn't order for me. He didn't tell me to order water and a salad like Obsidian. He's been nothing but a gentleman. He let me make my own decision. He chose the best seat in the house. Why? Because I'm with him, right? If he believes he's a king and I'm his queen, why wouldn't we have the best seat in the house, honey? See, this is the way a man is supposed to treat a woman. They don't know nothing but the Southern charm, honey. No, they don't. Okay,
And
we
like
can continue.
so next, I would definitely choose a nice spot that I chose a restaurant that is close by the water and the pier, because then I would definitely want to take the wine, and ask for that of the waiter to have the wine or the drinks moved toward outside. If it's cool out, I'm like, come on, baby, let me put my jacket around you. Then after that,
Oh,
take her, put my jacket around her. You know what I'm saying? And I will let her either we can stand up at the pier and drink and look out there at the water and enjoy the fresh air. And I think it's more intimate to where you can actually wrap your arms around her. Usually do a safety comfort hold where hands on that of waist right here, and he is shut up, Brownie. And then and after that, no. Here's the thing about it. I believe you always there's a lot of. I think that's the thing about it about the South. There's a lot. That's the thing about South Carolina. There's a lot of restaurants on the river and on the like going to James Island. There's nothing but waterfront restaurants.
thank
So
you for the jacket. Thank you so much. Thank you.
you are so welcome there. And you look, like I said, I'm hoping, um let's just enjoy the moment. Let's enjoy the moment. Here we can sip and drink some wine, and I can hold her and we can talk and get lost in the time.
So
Talk
you
about
mean to tell me you're not gonna make a move on me right away? You're not gonna go in for the kiss, for the kill. You're not gonna um make me feel uncomfortable.
if I am if I already am holding your hips, already have my hand already on your um leg, and I mean right up here. I can either set my hand on her leg where she's comfortable, or I have my hand around her. I'm already you're already within. You're already letting me know you're in a comfort zone. Because if a woman's not feeling you, she will let you know. Can we take it slower? Now, we're
Yes.
already so she'll already let you know. But if she's feeling you and she's vibing with you, she's gonna be vibing with you and be like actually like, ooh, hold me closer, hold me tighter. Put your arm right here. Get you put your arm around me. Like I said, I already put my jacket on her. So I actually chose that of comforting her with my jacket. High school is a high school thing. Guy takes his Letterman, puts it around the gal that he likes. So I already put that on her. So I would ask for a request a chair and say, would you like to sit down? You can sit down either on my lap or you can sit down by me. And then after that, we can sip on the wine. Sometimes if you have your phone or something like that, you can easily put on some music. Like I said, so it's just easy. You know what I'm saying? Put on some music. So
He did everything right. He asked me what I wanted to hear on the bride. He was concerned about my family. I mean, this we're joking, but this is really a lot of these people really need this. I'm telling you, because I've heard so many things in this space. Oh, I'm going to order for her, you know, uh, a
mhm,
salad. They want to imagine if he had put on some hip hop. That might have ruined the mood for us. He asked me, "What do you want to hear?" This is what a
mhm,
gentleman does, and I do want to say this to guys because I think some guys take let's say if you are moving your hands down low, right? Because I had a guy do this. He was kind of moving his hands down low to my backside, and it did make me feel a little uncomfortable. I hadn't been on a date in forever, and it just made me feel uncomfortable. So I moved his hands right on back around my waist where they were. Don't take that necessarily as a rejection. Like BMT said, you might just be moving too fast for her, and that's okay. Slow things down, right?
mhm. No, and
Mm.
there's nothing wrong with that. And I want people to understand that just because, and understand this, good fellas, just because she says slow down, don't mean you're out of the race. Doesn't mean slow down. It just means I'm not there yet, but we'll get there eventually. And the thing about it is, again, depends on the pacing of how you both are maneuvering together. Um, Again, this is there is no guarantees, but this is why we do that. Good morning, good morning, good morning,
Good morning.
Angie.
And I want to say good morning, y'all. Good morning, Angelica and Brownie. Brownie brings up a good point. Are you going to over? So in reality, no, he wouldn't have been drinking and driving with me. Although I'm not going to lie, and BMT probably will tell you this, which I don't go for the drinking and driving. That's dangerous. It's illegal, and I would never do that. However, um, we do have something down here. I think BMT knows what I'm talking about. Once me and him get comfortable, right? Say we've been we say we're on a maybe date number 6 and we're cool with each other. It's not unheard of for us to go and smoke one on the back of the truck and stuff. That's just
Right. That is that is that is actually a not unheard of thing.
Mhm.
Go smoke some. Go burn
Chill,
some. And
yeah, we
have a
chilling.
session. Like I said, that's a little bit more fun. Like I said, or a good way is, hey, I'm gonna bring some meat over for if she has a grill. Bring some meat over. Let her do the grill, and y'all both grill together. Cut up
Bring
some
it.
bell peppers and stuff, and we can
bring
both.
bring meat, gentlemen,
Mhm.
women. Bring your meat. Yes, yes, bring your meat.
And like I
Hey,
said,
Auntie.
what's going
Oh,
on, Auntie?
Good
Shout out
morning.
to
it's a
Auntie.
beautiful day. What's up?
It is
Beautiful.
a beautiful. Like I
It's good
said,
to
uh,
see you.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
always good. I love seeing another grounded brother. I don't think, I don't, first of all, let me give you your flowers, Auntie. You are one of the very few grounded content creators that actually are just balanced, that look at it
Mhm.
for what it is that it is. Um, and so I just want to give you your roses. Do not stop and don't ever give away your balance. Like you call it
Yeah,
straight down the middle. I can appreciate content creators like y'all. There's not a lot of us, but you call the
no,
bullshit straight. So I want you to know that from two geeky people that we definitely do appreciate you. Yeah,
we
I
do.
want you to, want you
I
to know that.
appreciate that. And that's the
Mhm.
easiest way to spot somebody that's kind of balanced. And even if you try to call it fair down the middle, I'm not always going to because I got my own experiences. But you're gonna
Right.
spot that because you're not like by not if I don't agree with you all the time, then chances are you're balanced. Like
Right.
that's it. Like you're not supposed to agree with somebody all the time. They're gonna
That's
have
Mhm.
right.
different. You know,
Look at me and BMT. We sometimes we agree, sometimes we don't.
Right. Right. Now,
We just up here acting up, and TV up here acting up on a low ghetto ass date. But he's doing
like I
everything
said,
right.
I see.
I,
Man, I saw what's up, man. Y'all look cool, man. I'm like, man, let me go hang out with y'all this morning. Lovely. I mean,
like
of course, it's a 9/11 anniversary, but I'm chilling.
I want to play you a video, Auntie. and I want to get that of your I want to get that of your feelings about this video. We're gonna play a video for you. Everybody, if you're coming on in, like the video, share the video. This is pretty much we're doing our reaction to this. Mahogany's already given us how she feels. We're gonna play the video straight through and get y'all to. I got you. I got you. I got you, homie. Let's go ahead and play this. I think we need to do more reactions of these types of scenarios. Let's go ahead and play it straight. IG girl versus game dating.
Let me explain to you the story. I flew this way from Indiana, you know what I'm saying? They talking to her on Instagram for months. You feel me? I just spent damn near 5 G's on this. She talking about she don't want nobody to touch her. Man, you got me up. You mean, what do you mean? First of all, hold up. Man, first she talking about she don't even fly Spirit, right? Talking about she don't fly Spirit. Like, okay, so I get her up. So I get her up. Now, that's damn near 600-700 last minute, right? So plus her bags, check in, all that shit. We go get her over all that shit. Then I'm getting there at 2 G's already. So we get here. First night I'm been a whole gentleman. I've been a whole gentleman. Have I not been a gentleman to you though? Have I not been anything? But you should have known what it was if I didn't pull you out here though. Y'all come out here then. So y'all, this is the Instagram. You know what? I ain't gonna put your name on there. Okay, so why would you come halfway across the country knowing you don't want to on that? I ain't say you did. You know what it was though. You know what it was.
You want to spend money.
I spent 5 G's on you. What are you talking about? 5 G's. What you talking about? So look, she didn't get. Let me talk. Shut up. Here we. So let me go eat, right? So Shawty tomorrow. So call him. Call that shit. I'll help you. Me. Pack all this bunk up. Pack all that shit. It's not even about the. It's really about the money. It ain't about nothing. You feel me? Ain't about nothing. So listen, we get up and fight. Let me tell the story. We get all the fight. So I'm like, we went back to the room. She's like, I'm hungry. I'm like, let's go to a restaurant or something. I'm trying to get her something. She's like, oh, no, I don't eat the best. I want some crab leg. So we went to the restaurant. Sit down. Ordering steak, motherfucking crab legs. No problem. All that shit though. Being a pure gentleman. You know what I'm saying? Being a real. So that's been getting there 5 days already. Who you can leave?
Yes, I'm
You can go. Yes, I'll help you. Pack this shit up. You can get the all of it. All your shit. Like all of it. It's already packed. Yes. Tell them how much money I spent though. Tell them how much money I spent. I can get it. It ain't nothing. I got another number two. I got another number two. You can get the get your shit. Get your shit. Be here 2 days. 2 days talking about I don't want to make touch you. Ain't no period. None of that. Put your shoes on. Ain't no period. Nothing. What you do? You gonna work? She'll beat me up. Please, come on now. Get your booty ass out of here. All the way up. All right. But you better chill. You know the rest of that. Can you get the out? Can you get the I can get my way any day, baby. That money nothing, baby. I hope that 5 G's is worth it. Man, you got your Instagram on here, y'all. You keep talking, I'm gonna tell everybody. Yes, please. Go. Bye. Get back home. Catch y'all ass over. Where you going? You don't even know where you're going. Okay.
That's so sad. Oh God.
Yeah. So I mean, it's a few places I could start with that.
Go ahead, bro.
Yeah. Okay. So I would address that shit from old boy's perspective. Like, all right. So old boy is fucking like that. That's just some serious crazy ass feeling of entitlement right there. Anyway, it really don't matter what the hell you spent on her, where you flew her, any of that shit. She don't have to fuck you. Like
that's what I said.
Like she doesn't have to. You know what I'm saying? She don't owe you anything. You damn sure shouldn't be going off on her like that. Just because she doesn't. Now, granted, it does just based on what he was saying, it does look like he was used. You You know what I'm saying? He was kind of used.
Yeah, he was.
So
Mhm.
so he feels stupid about that. But they dudes get just understand when you spend that money, man, that shit gone, man. If you want to spend money to have, you know what I'm saying, have a good time with a woman, get to know her, take her out, make her smile, whatever, ain't nothing wrong with that. But she does not owe you anything for that. Dudes need to understand that shit. But women need to also understand that, and I guess dudes need to understand this shit too. You end up in some random ass city or town or country with some dude because flown somewhere in some random ass hotel room and you like, oh, I'm gonna get a meal, I'm gonna get a trip, I'm gonna get this motherfucker to buy me some shit, and then you piss this motherfucker off in a hotel room. You don't know what some of these crazy ass motherfuckers is gonna do. 911 might not be able to get to you in time. Real. So you know what I'm saying? Just think about that before you try to milk a dude, because not every dude's just gonna blow that shit off like I am and be like it's only money. So some of these dudes will lose their shit,
Right.
and
Right.
they will hurt you. And as wrong as they are for hurting you, your ass will still end up hurt.
Right.
You know?
Not only will they hurt you, they can run a train on you. They could drug you. Like your life is in danger, and so it is serious business. And we have to. Like I said, it's bad for both because, like you said, um, you just because you're like I was telling BMT earlier, I don't know if you saw everything, but at any point in time, a woman or a man or whatever, they have the right to change their mind, even if she agreed beforehand. Do you know moments before, if she decides she doesn't want to do it, she doesn't have to. Because then it goes into something else. I don't want to say the word, but it goes into something else. So your money doesn't guarantee access to a woman. And it's important. I think it's important that we drive home that message for the safety also of men, because you don't want somebody thinking that it's okay to do that to somebody just because they've spent money. And we want the women to learn, hey, you're putting your life in danger. This can go so wrong for you in so many ways, and it's not worth it. Your life is way more than any amount of money that this man has ever spent on you. So value yourself more. So I 100% agree with you, Auntie.
Mhm. And that's it. But yeah, man. Just like you said, you hit the nail right on the head. Like, look, man, fellas, y'all money does not entitle it. Damn sure don't entitle you to no woman's body. It doesn't. And that story happens. Like we see that, we hear about that story on the internet all the time.
Hmm.
Some woman got flown out somewhere. You know what I'm saying? The dude's pissed off. Oh, I spent all this money and I didn't even hit anything. Like, bro, if it was like that, if you thought you was gonna get money for getting something, why don't you just ask her that to begin with? Just be like, look, I'd like to do something with you. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to spend money otherwise. If you think that's gonna run her off, chances are you trying to deal with her for the wrong reasons anyway.
Hmm.
So just deal with it. You know.
Hmm. And also for anybody, or for any of the Johns out there, we are also allowing y'all to know if you need any of the going rates and prices for Punani nowadays. These are the going rates. A couples, they do couples, men's, black, Caribbean, exotic mix, funky mix. You
Good
can
morning.
use Cash App and Cash. Alcohol must read post large natural shade. You can also have hidden, very visible or mini. They smoke. Girls, some girls like to smoke. If you need a good time, please hit up your taxi here, Bravo, for a hot second. Better catch me while you can anyway. Only calls, doing out calls right now, but y'all know that Barry, just for y'all, Chastity, love y'all so much. Be traveling from. Hit me up, you sexy rascal. Let's have more fun. If you have an in call, you get a hand job for 10 minutes for $50. If you want a blow job for 10 minutes, that's $60. A quickie is 15 minutes, 80 to 20 is 100. Half an hour, 30 minutes is 120, and 35 minutes is 140. And that is closed. Everything is covered, no exceptions. So they're safe sex. Hand job outside is $60. Blow jobs is 80. Quickies temporary if you must ask, and also half an hour's 30 minutes ask, as well as an hour 60 minutes ask open. And that's all. Also involve deep throat, domination, fantasy outfit, lunch, dinner dates, massage. You can get a dinner date, massage, therapeutic, rimming, receiving, strip tease, travel, extended dates, will entertain couples, will entertain women, water sports, that means getting peed on, top toy show, role playing, porn star experience, massage, sensual intercourse, face sitting, domination, if my I'm a professional provider. So that's the whole legal fee. So let you know that hey, if you would like a good time, that these some people are out here selling the poom poom. These are the ongoing rates. Just letting you know. For the Johns, yes, it is for the Johns. So yeah, mahogany. I pass it on to you. That you got to see the rates for today.
No, no,
I
I've
just
already,
gave.
uh-huh.
It's a legit business. Anti likes capitalism and poker. This is a legit
Right,
business.
but my whole point is that my issue, my fear, honestly, like I told the story earlier about men that have been used to tricking online and then they decide they don't want to do that. They were delivered. And after they become delivered, they mix out here with other people that's dating and they want to continue that behavior. Good morning, Aries and SKC and everybody. But they want to continue that behavior on to regular women. And that's a problem. That's a huge problem because there's not a, you don't got enough money in the world to think you can just mistreat me. And that was my point. But listen, I don't stay too long, but I've really enjoyed this. I've enjoyed this. I'm glad you came up here, uh, Auntie. You men can have it, honey. SKC, y'all hit the panel. I know y'all got a lot to say, but I
No,
actually need to start. Go ahead. I need to start getting
okay, no,
dressed,
no,
but
no.
go ahead.
I thank you for having the conversation. I
This
thank
was
you for the
fun.
games that we play. Definitely, it was fun. We definitely need to do more conversations, and have more fun like that. Um, I honestly like, and this is the thing about it. Looking at these prices and looking at the things that are being put out there, I would want to ask y'all what would be the incentive for people to want to leave that type of lifestyle. Like if men saying, you know what, it's going to be a lot of work to get a mahogany, but I can get a young thing for $80.
Mhm.
How are you going to wean them off of that system?
Because I could tell you flat out, you can get what you get for money is not what you get. Money, you can't. It's not going to buy the quality of a person. It's not going to buy their loyalty, their heart. So it'll get you that moment in time. You get quote unquote that 30 minutes or whatever these women are selling, but and then you're not even going to get quality because the next man can have literally 45 minutes from you can have the same thing. So it's going to leave you empty inside, ultimately. So you get that 30 minutes that's going to last you I don't know how long versus a potential friendship relationship that could last years, that can last the rest of your days. I've made relationships with people, and I'm not even talking about sexual, but maybe we tried to date in the past and it didn't work out, but we remained friends and had to come back, and maybe I needed them for something or they needed me. But imagine if I had just said, you know what, I want you for this reason only. And some people, that's they don't deserve a long time in your life, but some people are worth keeping in your life. And so you've got to differentiate, and you've got to decide what's important to you. Do I want relationships that are quality, that I want to last a long time? I want to keep these people in my life, or do I want something just for a few minutes and then I go to my kind of lonely existence? Because to me, you got to be pretty lonely to pay somebody to spend time with you intimately. To me, that it says a lot about a person. I would never pay for intimacy from somebody. So that's all I have to say.
Okay. What's your thoughts about that NT, like you hearing and seeing, you're seeing this, like you're seeing, um do you think that some men are going to take the easy deal, the $80 deal, or they're going to actually put in the work? What's your thoughts?
I mean, nowadays most men are. Well, I'm not gonna say most men, but you got a lot of men that are gonna take the $80 deal. That's just because people's communication is messed up, and well, people's communication skills are lacking, and for the most part, like people are just lazy, man. They're lazy. They don't want to go out and you know, it's not. Well, I'm sorry. It's not even that people are lazy. People are scared of rejection. Like everything's all PC and politically correct, so you can't even offend anybody. So a lot of people are going to take that $80 deal just to, number one, spare their feelings, and number two, because they really don't know what else to do.
Okay.
You know?
Now,
It's
Mahogany.
messed up. It is. It really is messed up. It's messed up that these dudes do it. And it's messed up that these women take advantage of dudes. But at the same, let's keep in mind, this shit happens both ways. Like that shit happens both ways. Like you know what I'm saying? Dudes be taking advantage of women with money too.
Oh
You know?
yeah, for sure, for sure.
And a lot of times it's more than just on an $80 scale. You know what I'm saying? Like
Oh
real.
yeah, I mean, oh yeah. Women who are in relationships and they have to pay for everything, it's ridiculous. But I think everybody knows some situations like that.
I'm just saying,
Aries,
I know dudes that do it. They don't have no interest in this woman. It's all about what she can do for him, like what she can buy for him. Like straight gigolo dudes.
and women
Right.
need to stop being so silly. Like the moment I feel like a guy is trying to use me, I'm out there. I'm out the door, honey. You're not gonna use me. And I think, with me being from I keep on talking about the South, but there is kind of a difference in culture because like when and BMT knows we're about the same, we're close in age. I'm a little older than BMT. But like back in the day, a man would never dare ask a woman. It was so shameful for a man to ask a woman for money. Nowadays they have no shame. Hey babe, you're gonna pay for this, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do that. And these girls do it. It kills me. They do it. And I'm like, what part of the game is this shit? So, but back in my day, yeah, it was shameful for a man to do that. It was, it just, it was shameful. But there's a lot of things that were shameful back in the day that seems to be okay now. I feel like I'm like a dinosaur sometimes.
Yeah, you bet. But I'm not gonna lie, these prices are pretty competitive, Mahogany. Like they're putting out some pretty competitive prices these days. Um, there's one girl, she's a divester, and she says this. I know. Now let us show you. Um, we'll show
Okay.
you the divestment girl. What she has to say for her ad. It is a very interesting ad that she has to say. She says that I love white guys, real pigs, no rush, no drama, no law enforcement, games, no pimps. I'm all you need. Hey, Sky here, but you can call me Miss LOL. I am all natural, 100% real. Come have a great time. Only here for a short time, baby. I am ready to play and really satisfy all your needs. So hit me up, text, or call for details. Pictures of me cost, so do not ask. No low ballers. Mm.
She's playing a game. She's playing the whole social media game because people who are just in interracial relationships don't have to brag or boast about it. They just do what they do. And she's playing an
Why
actual
can't we
danger.
have that, Mahogany? Why
She's playing a very dangerous game because, like I've said a million times, just because a man is white or a woman is white does not mean they're right. It doesn't. And guess what? What these stupid people don't understand is when you out here looking desperate, like oh, I don't care, just give me a white man, just give me a white man. Guess what kind of white man you're going to get? You're not going to get somebody of quality. You're going to get somebody that knows that you're desperate and just out here, and you're going to get a freaking bottom of the barrel type of dude that's gonna treat you like trash. Oh, I've seen that too. I've seen that too. So God,
Mm.
it's just it's
Yeah.
straight garbage.
Yeah.
Okay,
If
but
you're
okay.
gonna deal with somebody in which your skin tone, like just like that chick is like, oh, I love white guys. If you got to deal with a dude with a white guy that's like, I like black girls, chances are he don't like you. He just got a black girl fetish.
That too, yeah.
Like that's all it is. You know what I'm saying? That the only reason why he's dealing with you is because of your ethnicity. You ain't but one in fucking
But
30 million
okay,
or however many. Like that's stupid. So it's not about
but
you.
can you be
Exactly.
mad now? Okay, but if she's making a constant choice You know what I'm saying? Like one girl says, I'm 26 years old, independent. I'm always ready for fun and discreet sex with young and older men. I can host or visit your place. And car call also available? Okay. So no problem. You can use without condom.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, look,
Oh,
I'll be honest. I'll be honest. That looks like that looks like that's something the police put there, bro. That's what it looks like.
yeah, exactly. Who would say
That one
something?
right there, bro.
Listen, I don't. I'm just.
That looks
I'm
like a
very
scary
curious.
sign.
When I look at these ads, they're very interesting about the. They're very interesting, and
Auntie, I just learned. Sorry, BMT. I just learned what CIM means. You know? Do you know what that means?
Oh, yeah, something in me.
Ye-
I
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
know.
yeah. Yeah, I'm learning. I'm learning. This is
I mean, I just learned today. I just figured, damn. If she says CIM, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
no, we're
well.
learning things every
Listen.
day.
Peace to both of y'all. I love y'all, fam. I need to get dressed, but I'll be listening. Okay.
Like I said, let's go. And so as we know, and we already dropped the link for the video. I can honestly tell you, and looking at this video, I'm gonna tell you right now. Uh, there will be, like I was trying to tell Mahogany. Um, that's not the only girl. That's not the only girl. I can promise you that. Um, Men will knowingly and willingly fly out women like that. I am a man, and he is a man, and we can tell you that a lot of men think with their wallets. So long as I got the money, I got money to blow. I'm not. I'm not against telling another man what to do with his coin. I'm not going to say anything about that because a lot of men lead with their wallet. It is just one of those things that comes with the territory. Now we have it where there are some women leading with their wallet now. I make this kind of money. I do this. I have a degree. I have this, that going on. I should get the baddest dick in the goddamn playground. So we're in this type of climate now. I'm curious, can any black person be pro-black if they date and marry outside of their race?
Oof. I mean, bro, the first time I heard that question was when that movie Jungle Fever came out. That's a good question. That's why I don't even
I'm
know.
gonna
I mean,
say, I'm
most
gonna be
people say
honest.
no.
I'm gonna be honest about that one, and y'all. It's gonna be controversial. I think the pro-black message has been skewed so many times. I mean, you got other people that run BLM that are non-black. You have people that run the NAACP that are non-black, and those are pro-black. Hell, you got people that run HBCUs that are non-black. So, I don't know. It's kind of now, like, what do you tell those people that are successful? Like, what do you tell Venus? I mean, we tell Serena Williams. She's a successful person. Black people claim her, and if she
Well,
wins, they say black girl excellence. So
well, I don't think the term pro black has been morally defined, at least amongst black people. Like it hasn't been clearly morally defined. So,
can you
like
define?
we
I
can
mean,
look it
can
up.
it
We
really
can
be
look it up in
defined?
the Urban Dictionary, but I think a lot of us are going to have different definitions of the word.
Right, right. I
Because,
that's why
like,
I
when you
said.
say BLM and the NAACP are pro black, there's a lot of people that's going to argue with you on that.
See what I'm
Not to
saying?
say
And
you're
that's
right or they're right or either way or the other way around. I'm just saying
but
people, they're black folks is about to argue with you on that, that those groups are pro black.
no, right. And so, like, I would ask, like, I would ask, like, and see, that's the thing about it. Like, when it comes towards these things of the dating market, it's like trying to tell. That would be like trying to tell men, well, I've been loyal and I'm a doctor in for my community, but I have a Samoan wife. Like, do you kick out your resources of people that are degrees and excellence and have a good background, or do you um or what do you say to them? I mean,
I mean,
you,
look,
you, you
I knew a dude, and I'm gonna use that. This as an example because a few years back, I would have said some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like when I was a teenager and shit like that. And I would have said that when I originally met this dude, you know, because he was the brother of a friend of mine that I played on the basketball team with. So, but he seemed like just one of them square ass black dudes. You know what I'm saying? Like fucking relaxer in his hair and shit. Got a white woman. You know what I'm saying? Mixed kid and shit like that. And you'll never really see him. And then when I saw him over the years, I saw the things that him and his wife, his white wife, would do in the community. Like, you know what I'm saying? She worked with special needs kids, you know what I'm saying, in the neighborhood, primarily autistic kids. One of them was my brother. That's how I met up with him a few years later. You know what I'm saying? He was always doing something with the youth, mostly black kids he's working with, you know what I'm saying? On the football teams, basketball teams, he's getting kids coaching. He's taking kids on different activities. Sometimes it's groups with his son, sometimes it's older groups of kids. He's doing things with them. He's talking to other men. He's talking to teenagers, kids on their way. You know what I'm saying? He's mentoring kids on their way to college. Like they're doing a lot of things, primarily like for the black community. So I couldn't. How could I say that couple right there isn't pro-black because they're an interracial couple? Just judging
I
by what they've done, because they do a lot more than a lot of these people sitting on their asses doing nothing, claiming to be pro-black.
I I look at that like, if people can say George Floyd is part of the pro-black movement, then can you kick out the the man that has a white wife and does work with special needs? Can you honestly, how can you see what I'm saying? Like, you can't take a George Floyd or hell a Nipsey Hussle and say that they're part of the pro-black experience. But then if you have
That's why I
somebody,
say the pro-black experience is relative. Like some people feel like, look, procreating with a black, you know what I'm saying, black men and black women procreating with each other, having more black kids and focusing on the black race into the future. That's what pro-black is. And other people feel as though it's, upholding the balance and the structure of whatever a black community is or should be. Other people feel as though it's just buying and spending with other black folks. Like, it's so many different definitions. I think people just got it's just the definition hasn't been made morally clear to us as a people.
no, and we're not, and I'm not saying Aries that it's just about an organization. I'm saying it's about that of what you do or put in that defines you and what you do and how you are. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna lie, and this is gonna be controversial, but I would honestly say Rachel Dolezal is more pro-black than a lot of people I know that are actually black. Uh, it- they could pull up her resume, what she's done for black people, and I mean, what would you say to Kim Kardashian that's helped get black people out of jail? Like, what do you tell certain people? Like, I think that there's a mix. Like, honestly, this is why I said like this. The pro-black agenda is a very, very. It's like a washing machine. If you had a blindfold and reach your hand in there and say, pull out a red sock out of a bunch of mixed color clothes, and you don't know what you're gonna pull out. And that's the thing about it. Like,
No, that's
if
real.
that's the
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I think so many people have different definitions of that term that we got to define. But I think most important, we got to stop slapping labels on it. Like I hear a lot of conversations. Sometimes I be in the cloud. Sometimes y'all know I be trolling and fucking around in the chat box. But I still be hearing shit, dog, and I really hear it. Like it almost feels like an insult when somebody says to a motherfucker, "You're not pro-black. You're not pro-black. This person isn't pro-black." Like that shit is like an insult. Like, man, I don't give a fuck what the fuck you say to me. I know what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? I
right.
know what I'm doing.
I don't like. I agree with you, Auntie. Like, I was told, hey, I hate black men. I was told that I hate black men, but I'm like, So telling the truth means I hate black men, or if I'm a man, I'm going to keep it a buck, and I'm not going to ease up on you because you're a man, and I'm going to talk to you like a man. If you're fucking up, you're fucking up. But if you're doing a good job, I'm going to say, hey, no, we're doing this. SKC asks a very valid question. Can a trans be pro-black? Ooh, and that's a very hard one because we already saw on the panel earlier this week that a trans was being called queen and what's going on, sis, by a
All right.
whole pro-black man.
All right. Here's what I'm gonna say. All right. The answer is no. Yeah, this is gonna be confrontation. You know what I'm saying? This is gonna be controversial, and I don't give a shit. No, the answer is no. And it has nothing to do with their sexual orientation. What it has to do is with their group affiliation. You know what I'm saying? When you're part of the alphabet community first, or at all, you can't be pro-black. Like you're literally playing for both sides, and it has nothing to do with what you do in a bedroom. Straight up. You know what I'm saying? You're talking about a group that, when you're talking about a black community, whether that's politically, financially, you know what I'm saying, socially, like literally have a lot of agendas that conflict with that of black folks, a majority of black folks. So no, you can't play on both those teams.
So
That's my opinion, though. You got to pick a team to play on, huh?
I will say this, and somebody asked Eric asked another good question.
Because politics is about group dynamics. So if it's about racial dynamics and shit, nah, you're gonna have to pick a team.
So black people voted for Barack Obama. They love TD Jakes and all that stuff. Now their doctrine. Now the president, his job is not to just serve black people, but the American people. That's his job. Like he can't just say, "Well, I'm only doing this. I'm doing this to serve the people." And that's what he's going to do. You got Colin Kaepernick. That dude, y'all didn't know who the hell he was for. Yeah, can you be for your people while being for all people? Well, that's like asking a doctor. That's like asking, let's say, a doctor, right? Historical precedent has said otherwise, but okay. Let's look at that. And I mean, honestly, like, but black people predominantly voted for Barack Obama. Can't lie about that. That was something that they did. You can't refute that. Like, no matter what, then and that's the case. If y'all want to say that, then honestly, y'all would have to say, then why do y'all have a social media space called the Manosphere? Now, I mean, you're on a YouTube site that was not built by black people, but you're saying that this is the most pro-black, but this wasn't built by black people. You can't. The creators of YouTube is an Asian and a white man that is pasty as fuck. Mind you, there is a place called Black YouTube that's a black server, but black people don't go over to that shit. But then they
I
say,
heard
well,
it. I thought they came up with something called Bluetooth, which is supposed to be like
I
the
know,
second part, like supposed to be like a
but
black.
you know they're not going over there. They're not.
Yeah. Say what?
Yeah, but no, I get what you're saying, T. But you see what I'm saying? Like, they're not gonna lead the white man's milk and honey. It's like you're gonna talk your shit on a server that was not built by you, but you're gonna be like, I'm fighting the system, but you're also in the system. It's kind of hard to say how pro-black you are when a good portion of your people have used the system to hire their education, their schooling, their wealth, their capitalism, and so
isn't that how things are done? Like in the world, like you don't have to build it to use it and do better with it.
Okay, so
it's like in that case, why should anybody use mathematics? Only one group invented it. You know what I'm saying? Why should we use a system of you know what I'm saying? Why should we use these innovations in this medicine? We didn't invent it, they did. Like nothing would ever improve if we just, you know what I'm saying, if we didn't use what others built, invented, cultivated, and made better. There were a lot of things that we, you know what I'm saying, our people have built, made better, and cultivated that, hey, you know what I'm saying, white folks and other demographics have used that. and either improved upon it or exploited it for their own benefit. Like that's just the way
So
things are done.
I think pro-black is like a pick and choose. Like people like they pick and choose at a convenience when to be pro-black. Like I don't believe in that shit like that. Like I don't. Like honestly, I don't. Then I'm gonna be like, okay, so you're saying this shit, but then why are you on YouTube? Why are you here? Like,
Well, because that's the lick,
why?
that's the hustle. BMT,
Okay,
that's the
so
hustle, bro. By saying you're pro-black, you bring in a certain audience of people that
that
either
is
believe
that
they're
is
pro-black,
true.
want to be pro-black, or want to listen to that rhetoric. Yeah, or even the people that's going to hate watch you. Like you're in a certain algorithm. That's really what it's all about these days. Like it ain't even. It's about getting in that damn algorithm, bro.
Can a prostitute be pro-black?
What up, Aries?
According to them, they can because you got women that are part of Slut Walk, but then they'll get on BET and start talking about black women empowerment. I mean, make it make sense. I mean, hey, I'm here
That is
for it.
empowerment. But go ahead, Aries. I'm gonna add to that after you're done.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah. Well, go ahead, Aries. Educated
Go.
Aries.
My bad, I was running my mouth. Yeah, I was thinking about the reason why I was asking these questions was because I was thinking about the divestment movement, and now I'm hearing about the passport bros, and it seems like within 40 or 50 years, we're not gonna have it's gonna be a majority of just interracial or mixed children versus just two black people making a black child. You know what I'm saying?
You said what? You said what about two black people equal a
Oh, I
black
mean,
child?
no. What I'm saying is that if black men are leaving and not going towards black women, and black women are now dating outside their race, do you think that are you concerned that mixed children will grow in numbers while black pure black children decrease in numbers in the future? You think that's ever going to be an issue?
Mm. Um, yeah, I think so because ultimately, black people have been claiming everything for a long time. That's like hypocritical because black people claim when they sleep with Latinos, well, it was just a boat stop. Well, okay, that they don't see it like that shit. They see it like you're black and I'm Latin. You black people claim every motherfucking thing
I
under the
mean,
sun.
I guess because Auntie was talking about the procreation issue, and like, hell, would there be more in a future world? Would there be more Patrick Mahomes versus Lamar Jacksons? Is that a better way
Yeah.
of framing it? Like,
Yeah. And I got a question. What did they call Patrick Mahomes? Did they call him white or
and
black? What did
that's
they
the
call?
obvious comeback. I mean, hell, I look at him as mixed.
But you look at
I
him as
don't look at
mixed,
him.
but the greater population sees him as black.
I don't.
What did they call
I
Barack
wouldn't.
Obama?
They call him black,
Okay, but
but
everybody
they
knew he had a
call
white
him
mother.
black, and they call him black also because of the fact that he was so different from the other 43 presidents.
No, 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 no. They called him black. They called him black. They call it specifically as it is. The construct of American society is going to call you exactly what it is. They did not construe that America has its first black president.
Hmm.
All the black people agreed, regardless of what y'all wanted to say. When
Oh
Jeezy was
yeah.
saying my president is black, Jay
Oh
Z was
yeah.
saying it. All the black leaders
You
were
damn
saying,
right.
guess what? Obama's black. So y'all
I was
cannot
saying
all of a
that. Huh?
sudden renege that hey he's not black now.
Oh no,
He's
I'm not.
black.
Look, he's biracial.
Where?
Biracial Barry.
but
Okay.
y'all call them black.
That's what, yeah, because hell, that was the closest thing that we ever had to
One
blacks
drop
in the
rule,
White
right?
House.
One draw rule always wins. One draw rule always
Mhm.
wins.
There you
Always
go.
wins. Y'all can't change that. We not we. It's not like y'all like. Honestly, it's not like I would honestly say, what is the political structure for that of black men in voting or even participating in any type
Okay,
of form of
so
government?
I mean, I'm just looking at the chat because someone you said that they never considered them black. I never thought of them as black. So I mean,
Well,
that's not
that's only
automatic.
one person.
All right,
Okay,
so
so
let
mhm.
me explain this. Now, this is something that I noticed. All right, I've seen this in the small hat community. I've seen it in various other communities. Like I say, small hats and a lot of like Israeli, Middle Eastern communities, which of course a lot of them are small hats as well. But
Right.
I've also seen it in the alphabet community. There, in like every fucking city that I go to, there is an establishment set up where people that are part of that group or community can go and either seek refuge, congregate, whatever the case may be.
Mm-hmm.
And it's for that group. I see it all the
Right.
time. I don't see that amongst the so-called black community. Like those are the things that are missing. So before we come at each other saying, look, this is how we should vote and this is how we should spend our money, first we're gonna have to like just get some kind of like, you know what I'm saying, camaraderie and togetherness or something. And I ain't talking about holding hands and singing kumbaya, but we're gonna have to just get together, link up, and get on the same page across the board, like just like they have it in every city. It's got to be some place where people can link up, seek refuge. You know, if a mother gets kicked out of her house and she's got the kids and she's single, there should be a certain place where those black single mothers can go.
Right. I
Yo,
agree.
hey, a white single mother can go there too and won't get kicked out. You know what I'm saying? But they ain't necessarily gonna feel that comfortable because they know it ain't really their place. You know, like it's just not theirs. I'm just saying I see that. Or you know what I'm saying? If you got people that are coming in, you know what I'm saying, from out of town, hey, this is the community that we want you to be part of. You know what I'm saying? This is what you do for a living. You know what I'm saying? This is the area we prefer that you live in. This is the best school for your kids. This is what we would recommend. You know what I'm saying? These are the groups of people that are going to help you get on your feet. I'm just saying other demographics do that shit when they move into other cities. That's why they have blocks that they, you know what I'm saying, blocks of residential and commercial land that they either, you know what I'm saying, that they either make money on or live on.
Okay.
You know, that's why just about every city got a Chinatown. You feel me?
Facts.
And
Honestly, I would.
it's not just Asians. Like I said, you see it, bro. It's rare that you see a gas station that's not like, you know what I'm saying, Middle Eastern owned. You know,
True.
why is that?
I give you that.
You know,
I understand what you're saying. I mean,
I
I
would
guess
want
I
to add.
wouldn't.
I would.
Go ahead.
So okay. You're trying to figure out what is pro black. Is there a certain definition of pro black? I noticed, like, because you got Shannon Sharp up there. Would you consider Shannon Sharp pro black?
Yes.
Really?
Even though, no, I can't. I just realized what in his approach. I just remember he can't be pro black based off that my logic
Because of
because
who
he
he's married to?
dates well because he's dating exclusively white, right? I believe that's what I heard him say on TMZ. I just think that if you're dating outside of your race, you're for all people. If you're pro-black, you need to be pro-black in all your actions. You know what I'm saying? Those deeply rooted actions.
Now,
I don't know.
okay.
And
Now here's an interesting thing.
it's not a bad thing to not be pro-black. You know what I'm saying? Because I do
Okay.
understand that all people, if we for all people, that's beautiful.
So hold on. What's your answer to this right here? What's your answer to this right here? Stop saying the black community. Black women have their own political agenda. Black need to stop fighting each other, yet claiming it's manhood when they still target when they're still target in American society.
Whether you like it or not. See, this is the thing about it. We as people can be like, look, man, we separated. There ain't no community. I'm about me, you about you, whatever. Other demographics in the rest of the world still just see us all in one fucking box. That's it. So there is a community. It's just fractured like a motherfucker, bro. It's just hanging on by a thread right now. You know? And the only reason why it's even still hanging on by a thread is because they're not going to let us break it. And that, when I say they, I mean every other demographic. Like, they're always going to see us as the black folks, the ones at the bottom of the economic, of the socioeconomic totem pole, the mudsill of fucking society. They will always go into the neighborhoods in which we fucking live in when they get here and make their fortune. This is their American dream, comes from the neighborhoods that we live in, that we work for. You know what I'm saying? For the dollars that we work for, that's what they do. That's what we are going to continue to be. So unless you're going to change their perception of things, which y'all know damn well that ain't going to happen. That's it. Except the fact that you're part of a community, whether you want to be or not.
Now, can I ask a question? What is the plus side of being pro-black? I want to know that. What is honestly the plus side of being pro-black?
I mean, I guess that you care about your people, quote unquote, and you boast that shit. I mean, I don't have any issues, again, with either side. If you plan to be pro-black, cool. If you, free love for everybody, beautiful. But I just guess they conflict, in my opinion. That's all. Because, I mean, I was thinking about OJ, of all people, on Red Show. And he brought up the concept of ADOS versus non-ADOS. And pretty much he made a comment about a couple of months back about the watering down, quote unquote, of the black community.
You got mahogany back, big dog.
Due to interracial dating.
Okay, there we go. I just can't have again.
No, it's okay. I just wanted to chime in real quick. I'm still getting ready, so I won't be long. Can I chime in?
Yep.
I don't know. I consider myself pro-black, but I guess everybody has their own definition. For me, I think, not y'all, I'm not talking about y'all, but I know I've been confronted by people, some of my own subscribers, about what does that mean? And I guess it could mean different things, but for me, basically, it just means that I tend to, and I can show you on my channel, but I pretty much tend to do a lot of business with black owned businesses, and that's my priority. Like, when I go out, almost every place I go to is black owned. I do business with a lot of black business owners, and everything from where I get my teeth cleaned to the doctors that I go to typically are black doctors. And I just tend to do a lot of black business. I try to keep the money in the community to build us up. And so I just believe in keeping that support in the community. But I understand everybody doesn't feel that way. And I also understand that I'm not going to sit up here and say I've never gone to a McDonald's or I've never gone to a Walmart. Honey, please. I have. But honestly, I try my best to keep the money in our community, even so much so to where I'm spending more money understanding that, that black businesses have a hard time a lot of times surviving because they don't get the support that they need. So I'm the type of person, I have done this. I've spent double on something or even triple on something, knowing very well I can go to Walmart and get the same thing for half the price, but I'm trying to support the economic empowerment of our people. So for me, that's all it means. And I heard Aries, because I was listening and cleaning and doing some stuff. I heard Aries ask the question about should we be worried about mixed people, a burst of mixed people. I wouldn't say we should be worried about it, because actually this is not the first time this has happened. There's a book, I can't remember the name of it, but I think it was by Frederick Douglass, or maybe it was by I can't think. There was a book written, not Frederick Douglass, I'm sorry. There was another one written talking about the new class of Negro, the new Negro. And basically in that book is a description of mixed people, mulatto people, and this new kind of group of people being born from the outskirts of slavery and all this and that. So this is not really anything new per se, as far as mulattoes, the numbers of mulatto people being on the rise. I would never say for us to be worried, just like I don't think women should be worried about all the men leaving and child, please. I've never been worried a day in my life, because there's always, unfortunately, the voices are just small. You always have a group of men and women that are for their own people. It doesn't seem like it on YouTube, but you are. My brother, let me tell you, I'm a dark skinned woman. My brother has never dated anybody as light as me. All of his girlfriends have been super dark. That's what he likes. He likes dark skinned, natural women. So, but if you listen to social media, you would think those type of men don't exist. The men that I date, I tend to only date men that like black women, because I'm pro black. So I tend to date those type of men. And so they're out there. Social media just tells a one-sided story, in my opinion. So you should never be worried that nobody's going to want you, or worried that people are going to take over. And I personally can't live my life like that, in the fear of something. I feel like there's always somebody for somebody, That's all I wanted to say.
Okay, I wanted to say this, and this is why I would ask the question about the pro black agenda and marriage. It's very controversial because, in a sense, I'm seeing people are conveniently picking and choosing who's part of it and who's not part of it, and when they are allowed to be summoned into it. But I still have to ask the question: what it quantifies pro black? Because again,
For me,
that's
I think it's just supporting your community, like our community first. And it doesn't mean that you hate others. That's the thing. I'm constantly clarifying that. I don't hate anybody. I don't hate white folks, Chinese folks, Indian folks. The fact is, all these people tend to practice their community first, except us. We're the one, we all the same and all this BS, when clearly that's not true. They don't treat us like we're the same. And so we're just practicing the same thing that they've been practicing. But for some reason, people have a problem with it. But that's all I want to say. I'm gonna let you gentlemen have the conversation. Thank you for letting me back up.
Yeah. Thank you, Mahogany, because that's pretty much what I say. And I'm, as far as what being pro-black is, I'm with Mahogany on that. I believe that it's you know what I'm saying, because I feel as though it's an economic and it's a cultural issue that we have. I don't think it's as much of a social issue as people try to make it out to be, because it really doesn't matter who likes us, dislikes us, hates us. Just about every group in history has been hated, disliked, enslaved, or something over the course of history. So as far as the social justice warriors and all of that stuff, I don't think that's nearly as important as us just building up the infrastructure in our communities. I personally feel as though it starts with the family business. The family has to be a business. So it's going to start with the structure inside of the home. It's going to start with the mission statement inside of the home. What you teach your children, what you instill in them, and that's going to go by, that's going to piggyback off of how you treat the person that you're with, the dynamics that go in the relationship that you have with them. So it really just starts in the home. But I get where she's coming from as far as being pro-black. That's just doing your part. When you're out of there, she's making sure that dollar just has that one extra bounce, in the community. She makes sure her dollar, as often as possible, goes to another black person or black family. What they do with it is up to them, but it gets one extra bounce just because of her mentality. Y'all go ahead.
Facts. I mean, in hindsight, as y'all ran that shit down, I think that was a YouTube issue versus a real life issue that I was talking about. I see that shit on YouTube, but I mean, that's not real life. So I digress, y'all.
I like what SKC, or no, I'm sorry, not SKC, what I think Hood Conservatives just said in there. Buying black means you pay more. In most cases, absolutely it does. It means that you pay more. I know I drive across town because I have a friend of mine that owns a liquor store, and I know that he can't afford to purchase, you know what I'm saying, his inventory at the same price as the Middle Easterns do, because they pool all their money together. They got a warehouse. They get it all on consignment. You know, like they're able to just buy a lot more of it at a better price. But I also understand, just to save that $3 or whatever, he can end up out of business. So I just do my part. I can't buy every damn bottle in his store, but
Right.
you know, hey, I'll take that extra ride across town. I'll spend that extra $2 in gas and that extra $3 on whatever it was I was going to purchase, and I feel better because of where the money went. Not just because I'm not going to feel bad. Damn, it's just too expensive, or yo, I need a discount or something like that because I know he can't afford to give it to me. But it's a black-owned business, so I'm going to support it.
Facts. I think the pushback only with black-owned businesses, and I know this is a stereotype. I know that folks might roll their eyes, but the service that comes from that black-owned business can't fall short. You know what I'm saying? It can't. It has to be on point. I hate the nigger rig shit that happens with black-owned businesses, because when you try to spend your dollar in the black community, sometimes you get fucked over. Have y'all ever had that experience?
Which experience? I'm sorry.
I'm saying,
Huh?
like, I mean, spending money in the black community, spending money in a black-owned um store, you get fucked over. Like, they due to bad customer service or whatever. Have you all ever experienced that?
Absolutely, I have. I've seen soul food restaurants that like the door will say they open 5 days a week when they really only open 2 days a week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Drove across town for that. You know, you get a little bit of, you know, maybe a bad attitude. They might give you your food at a drive-through or something and just slam the window shut. And this is a totally black-owned business that for the most part only hire black. You know,
Yeah, you
so
brought up a
yeah,
good point.
sometimes it's just bad customer service that could go based on the wages that they have to pay. You know,
Hmm.
because they don't, you know, they're not part of some huge franchise, or you know, they don't have all that extra money where, you know, the wages are across the board, so they might be paying minimum wage for a really, really
Hmm.
tough job, or the responsibilities of that job might be a little
Right.
strenuous. So somebody's got just a fucked up attitude about the fact that
Facts.
they're
And I
overworked
mean,
and underpaid.
you said you brought up my point better than I did. Hell, it's like shit about like opening up the store at 8 o'clock and they open it up at 8:33. Like, having to wait for smaller things like that. I think that if you want the black community to spend and keep money in the black community, black ownership, black business needs to always be on point. But
Absolutely, people need to take more pride in what it is that they do, and yeah, no, like if you are going to start up a black business in a black community, try to be the example of what a black business should be, or what any good business in the community should be. It doesn't even just have to be a black business. I know when I was growing up, you know, my grandfather, he owned 2 liquor stores, and it wasn't that, oh, I'm a black business owner or any of that shit. He just tried to be the best business owner he could be, because that's what people did. Like that's just what people did back then. You know, everybody had their own. I saw more black folks that were renting out property, that were renting out property primarily to other black folks. And this is in New York. I saw more of that in the 80s than I ever did ever in my life. And I'm sure it probably went on more in the 60s and 70s. I wasn't alive to see it, but I know for the most part, every time, you know, a black person needed an apartment to rent or whatever, they usually rented that from another black person. It wasn't until the 90s that you started seeing people have to rent from other demographics a lot more often.
gotcha. I'm looking at the chat. Is it hard for you all to hear me? Because I might need to come back. Yeah, probably so.
Yeah. But nah, it's deep. I don't mind paying a couple extra dollars because I understand that that's what it's going to be. A lot of times they can't afford to purchase their inventory at the same price that a lot of their competitors can afford to do it. That's one of the reasons why you don't see damn near any black owned convenience stores, grocery stores in black neighborhoods, because they build in Walmarts and Targets, and they're putting they're not even just putting black owned small businesses out of business. They're putting other ones out of business too. Big business and major corporations, they're just doing that. So if you want to get to the point where it's you guys owning the corporations and us controlling the commerce in our own neighborhoods, to the point where we don't just live there, but we actually control something in it, that's really where it starts. It starts by supporting black owned businesses, supporting your children in their future endeavors, because they really are the future. They're the ones that are going to be coming and owning shit. They're the ones that are going to inherit whatever it is that we leave to them. And also, let's keep it real. You're going to have to boycott some of these other damn businesses that come into your neighborhoods, regardless of what the hell it is they're charging. Because you can bet your ass, if you go to Chinatown and try to start up a soul food restaurant, they're going to boycott your ass. So why are we so willing to do business with them when they start up a Chinese restaurant in our neighborhood? Let's think about that, because they usually won't. I think Aries might be coming up in a second again, if he's not backstage now, BMT. But yeah, it's a lot of nuance to it. But as far as being pro-black, it's like I said, it's a matter of perspective. I would have said it's one thing or another like a few years back, and then now that I really look at what I believe is holding people back, I don't think it really has much to do with even skin tone. It's really about the longevity of the community, and what you're doing to either try to build that from where it is or improve upon it. If you're not trying to do anything, or you're just concerned about yourself or whatever, hey, chances are, I really can't see how you're necessarily pro-black. But I think it's not necessarily about just being with a black person, or even just spending black. Like, how concerned are you with the future and longevity of black children, and what it is that they're going to have? Like, what are we going to leave to them? Are we going to finally get to some level of independence, as a community, where we produce not even just what we consume, but what others consume? Because that's really what it seems to be all about in this society we live in. It's really all about what the hell you can sell. What the hell you can sell, what you can, what you distribute, what areas of commerce, what industries do you control? Do you control a significant market share in, a significant percentage of the market share? I don't think we put enough emphasis on that. What industries do we control? What percentage of the market share do we control? What percentage of the market share can we actually get to if we work hard and closely on that? That's what I mean about just having those outreach centers and those places where people can congregate. I guess at some point that was supposed to be the concept of the church, but the church's concept kind of got skewed along the way. So we end up lost. We don't really have that anymore. So now we got the internet, and people get a lot of conflicting opinions from a lot of different places, and that's why you have so many skewed, distorted opinions as far as what it is to be pro-black. Yeah. BMT, if you could hear Mahogany's in the back. I don't know about Harry. Yeah.
I don't see her. Okay, there we go. Oh. There we go.
Okay, give me 1 second. Let me come back to you. Where you at? Oh, okay. I have something in the back. It's mine. I'm going to mute it because there's music in the background. But I want to share. That's at my brother's wedding. Him and his bride. You see that dark skin lady? I'm gonna make it bigger for you guys. I'm gonna make it bigger, and I'm gonna mute it so you guys, so you don't get a strike. Hold on one second. But
Okay.
yeah, and this just is an example. This is actually on my channel, but it's just as an example of like how I get down. And then there's other businesses that I've promoted it on my channel. So let me see if I can point. That's my brother right there, feeling like the big man. But this is my family. Everybody, child, we chocolate down there, and we get along. And you know what I'm saying? We're all shades, but this is how it is down south, at least for my family. But this is his beautiful bride right here, my sister-in-law. I love her to death. And this is her dad, actually, and this is her sister. And this is my niece right here. But we all get along. You know what I'm saying? This is the man right here. This is my brother. But yeah, he wants nothing better than a chocolate woman, honey. So, sisters, there's hope, okay? Don't let these men on YouTube scare you, making you think that you never gonna get a man, honey, because that's not the case. And I'll
But
stop it.
okay, now I would ask this: why the heavy emphasis on that of the selection of other people's happiness? I'm curious about that. Like, if they're happy, they're productive people in society. Should that not be the pro agenda?
Oh yeah, I'm not. Listen, I am not against any type of relationship that people choose to have. I just would. I want the reason it concerns me is because like I have a beautiful chocolate baby, and I want him to know that it's okay to bring home another beautiful chocolate sister. It's okay that if you're attracted to her, and vice versa. If I had a daughter, I would tell her the same thing. I just feel like there's not enough of us that have some of us, let's face it, some of us don't have any pride, and some of us, not only do we not have pride, we have hatred, and then we get on social media and spew the hatred out and say, see, this is why we need to get a certain type of person that doesn't look like us. And I have a huge problem with that. But I don't have a problem with people choosing to be with who they want to be with. Just don't put me down in the process. Don't put me down as masculine and all this foolishness down in the process, because you have some self-hatred problems you know but yeah, people, people can date who they want.
Now, do you think that there is a shaming proclamation on how black people should have to move, or they should really throw that thing out?
Yeah, there's I talked about this, and Auntie can chime in too. I remember when I was younger, right? There was a typical type of girl, right, that most of the guys seem to like, that they seem to go for. And even back in the early, the 80s and 90s, you had Al B. Shore. All the girls wanted that type of S curl type of Negro. But I've never, for me personally, that's never been my type. Um, but there was a period in time, is what I'm trying to say, where it seemed like black folks were being shamed if they did not like that archetype. It was like, okay, this is what sexy, this is what the media and society is saying is sexy, and you're telling me you don't like that, you're telling me you like something that's different. So yeah, I do feel like there was some shaming going on, but what should happen as you mature is you should be able to say, listen, you might think this woman is fine, but I like this woman, and she doesn't fit the architect, but she's what I like, and you should be comfortable saying that. But what I see a lot on social media is just everybody kind of getting along and just doing what things to please other people. You see what I'm saying? And when you grow up, you should grow out of that. You should be able to say, hey, like I told you, one of my best friends loves plus size women. Let me tell you, that's what he likes. All shades, but he like them plus size, and there's nothing wrong. And he's not ashamed to say that. But a lot of these men will mess with a plus size woman, will date a plus size woman, but they won't come on here. They won't put their girls on camera. They won't brag about it. They're ashamed. It's almost like they're stuck in a perpetual adolescent state where they have to fit in with everybody. They can't stand on their own 2 feet and say, hey, this is my woman. This is the type of woman I like. And no, she doesn't fit the archetype, but she's what I like. There's like a lack of maturity online. both ways. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. Nah, it's definitely a lack of maturity. People are worried too much about what other people are doing. You know,
Mm-hmm.
if I like, I know this is why I'm not gonna shame anybody for who it is they're with or what it is they have or what their preferences are, because I know mine can change up tomorrow, and if they do, I'm not explaining it to any one of you guys. I'm gonna make whatever choice I choose to make. You know,
That's right.
Uh,
That's
and
right.
hey, that includes any family members, any so-called friends I got. Like, if I think a woman's attractive, I don't give a damn if she's plus size, if she's as dark as a Michelin tire, you know, or she's as white as damn Wonder Bread, whatever, you know. If that's what I choose, that's what I choose. I don't have to explain that to anybody because I'm
And
the
I
one that got to
respect
be with her,
that.
not anybody else. You know,
And
yeah.
that's man. See, and that's what I'm talking about. That's manhood right there. But a lot of there's some lack of maturity. That's all I can say. Same with me. I'm gonna do what I want to do, honey, and I don't owe nobody no explanations. So yeah, I just wanted to share that with y'all because yeah, my brother is, I guess, according to these men, very much a rare breed, honey. Because he like them, and I don't mean this with disrespect, because I call myself nappy, but he like them. It's kind of our language. It's our language, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm happy to be nappy, but he like them. He like them like that. He like them natural headed. Because my sister in law, you can't tell, but she has her natural hair. Sometimes it's curly one minute, and next time she's got it straightened out. But you know, y'all know how we do. Sometimes we wear a wig, we do all these different things. But and for as long, my brother's in his 40s, and I'm telling you, since I was a teenager, I have never seen him with a light skinned woman. I've never, that's his thing. So I just want women to understand, don't sit up here and believe that nobody wants you. Just don't believe that. That's what scares me. I think a lot of women are falling for this mess. I saw earlier a woman, a beautiful lady who seemed very feminine. She might have been doing it for clickbait, but she was on TikTok talking about she doesn't know how to be a soft woman. And I'm thinking, you are soft. Who told you that you're not soft? Nobody can tell me that I'm not feminine and I'm not soft.
Well,
So,
I
yeah,
think I know what she means by that. Maybe
mhm.
she doesn't know how to not be combative with a man, or especially
That
a black man. So I've had women admit that to me, like they just don't know how to just not be combative, because that's what they've always seen. You know, it's always been a competition, you know, with them and men. It's never been they've never been able to just relax around a man. You know,
that could be it. That could be it.
let him do for you and you do for him, and y'all compliment each other instead of trying to outdo each other. Stop trying to get the last word. Like they can't help but try to get the last word in all of the time. Try to win the damn argument. Try to win the debate. Everything is a debate. You know, you're trying to find something. You're always trying to find something wrong instead of trying to appreciate what's right.
That's
You know?
true. That's true. I,
I just think that's what she may have meant by that.
did you see that video? It went viral.
I heard about it, but I did not see the video.
Oh, okay. You'll see it because it's going around. But yeah, she could have meant that, and even I understand that because I've talked about this before too. Sometimes when us ladies, when we've been single, and I'm gonna do a video on this too. When we've been single too long, it's really hard when we get back into a relationship because we do, and men, I think we get so used to doing things our way, right? We have a routine, and we get so used to doing things our way. It's hard to adjust because when you have a partner now, you got a man, honey. You ain't had no man in 10 years. Now you got a man. You got to take his feelings and his thoughts and his concerns into consideration. For instance, I love to jog. Been jogging for years since I was a teenager. And but when I was single, I'd go out when I want, where I want. Really took very little regard for my safety. And when I had a man, it was like, it's a little bit late. The lights are going down. Maybe you should put it off till in the morning. And so when in the beginning it was like, excuse me, I've been doing this, I know what I'm doing, until one day somebody pulled up on me, honey. I had to pull out that mace on that ass. So you know what I'm saying, but it's a process. It is a process. A lot of women have been single for a long time and used to doing a lot of things on their own, and they're stubborn, and they need, if they are going to be happy with a man, they do need to relinquish a lot of that independence, because what's the purpose of being with somebody if you're going to be independent?
There
um
you go.
yeah. All right,
That-
sweetie, I promise I'm not coming back up here.
I like what you said though. If you could just stay for just another minute though, I
Oh,
like what you said about you have to take somebody else's feelings and emotions into consideration too.
okay. Hmm.
I mean, I've said that too. I'm like that's another problem. Like nobody really gives a shit about what anybody else is going through. There's a serious lack of empathy um, between both men and women. And as a man, of course, I see it more coming from women. I do everything I can to try to look inside myself and see where I'm lacking empathy too, because I know it can happen. But I've just noticed, even dating or talking, like they don't seem to really give much of a shit. You know what I'm saying? What we're going through. It's like, just like you said, it's like, hey, sometimes you got to think about what they're going through. But a lot of people are like, yo, yeah, I care about him and I'll do for him and I think about him so long as he don't piss me off. You know?
Hmm. Yeah.
So long as his fucked up day doesn't interfere, doesn't fuck up my day, whatever, he can just keep that bullshit over there. You know?
Yeah.
So a lot of men are just feeling as though they're literally just, you know what I'm saying, sexing an ATM machine. That's really it.
Relationships both ways are work forever and a day, whether you're married or not. It's work. And if you're not willing to put in the work, it won't last. You got to work at it. And I wish more people came up here and talked about the reality of, we're going to talk about it, but, and as a matter of fact, Auntie, I might invite you to that show. I'm supposed to be having a show Thursday about marriage, and even though I'm going to start out with just me in one person, I'm going to open the panel. I would love for married folks, BMTU, to come, people who've had long term relationship, to come in and talk about it, because this is the thing we see on television, the Cosbys and all these people, and we see the happy side of marriage, but there's downsides. But guess what? You work through those things. You think we get on each other's nerves, child, we get on each other's nerves, but that doesn't mean we don't love each other. But it's not going to be perfect. You might come home and she might not be sensitive to your needs at all, and
Yeah,
that's the point where you have to figure out, okay, how do I work through this with this woman? Because you don't want to be bouncing from pillar to post, honey, every time. If that's the case, you're never gonna settle down. You're never going to find the one. You got to learn how to work through problems.
facts,
Yeah.
facts.
Well, was there anything you wanted to ask me? Because otherwise, I'm gonna hop down.
No.
Uh,
I just wanted to say anything that I don't know if BMT has
no,
anything.
no, I don't. I don't.
Oh,
I wanted to thank everybody for coming on through. I want to thank everybody for definitely
BMT, good looking,
rocking
bro.
with me. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah,
uh-huh.
Yeah. I want to thank everybody for coming through. Thank y'all guys for supporting me. Thank y'all guys for definitely enjoying us. Shout out to Auntie for rocking the show. Shout out for Aries. Shout out to the one, the only, the amazing. Um, you should already know her, but you got to go check out her show. Mahogany Roots, MJ. Go check out her
Oh,
show. You guys, please. If you got any questions or content that you want us to do, please let Auntie know, let Mahogany know, let me know. We will look at the content and see if we can talk about it and review it. You guys, y'all take care. Y'all have a good day. Love y'all and peace.
peace.